All right, we're good.
All good.
We're up.
Up.
All right. Good morning, everybody. All right. What's going on? What's the word, Mike? Aren't you warm in that jacket in here? Jesus Christ.
Okay.
Really? It's fucking 1,000 degrees in here.
No? Run cold.
Yeah? All right. What's the word?
I don't know. I'm just wondering if I have been duped into coming here again.
What do you mean?
Now I'm nervous. It's going to be a 10-minute show.
I can't ask how you're doing?
You can.
What do you want me to say? I don't know. Do I start the show with like high energy usually? Like I'm all happy?
You used to. I remember
Happy?
a day.
I don't remember
There was
that.
a guy who wore a red hat in there. You were much happier in those days.
That's true. Yeah, I would definitely, yes. Well, I mean, I know we could talk about, obviously yesterday was uncomfortable. But I mean, for some, it doesn't bother me. But I don't know. It's been 24 hours. So, Dave, where are you at?
Yeah, it was uncomfortable, but thought about it a lot, and that's moving forward, I guess. What can I do?
Good. I'm glad you were really reflective about it. It's comforting to know. What can you do?
Well, yeah. I mean,
What can you do?
I can do things on my end. I know that I mean, what can I say now? But I can do things on my end to be better, and that's all. Yeah.
Okay. So you're not quitting?
No.
Did you consider quitting?
No.
No. We'll get there.
Who chose the time today? That's the big question.
Me? Why?
Okay. All right. Just want to know if you wore the pants.
Well, we'll see. I mean, going forward, I don't know. It was locking themselves out, whatever. I don't really. I don't know any other. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it's just a new. I don't know. Or somebody would tell their boss, "Hey, today doesn't really work for me. How about we start this time?" That just feels like a dynamic doesn't exist but in today's world, maybe it does. I don't know.
I don't know if anyone else received this, but I did have one big laugh yesterday. I received a phone call.
Oh, I didn't know.
It was it appeared the person seemed to think they were leaving a voicemail, even though I answered the phone.
Okay.
And it turned out it was Dave's father-in-law. Locked himself out.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, that's right.
Yes. Well, we should have used.
I had to help him through that.
Who's our British guy?
Griffin Lock and Key.
Yeah, where was
I
he?
recommend. Yeah.
Terrific work. So I don't know. I don't know. I'm not in a great spot about it.
I was going to say, it seems like you don't want to be here today.
No, I don't. But I mean, I do feel bad for the listeners when they get a 10-minute show. I don't think that's necessarily fair. We sort of have a pact with them as much as I struggle with it. I mean, it's not a great. I understand that. I see on yesterday, I see a lot of feedback from people. It's like, oh, it's a big, not that it's the biggest part of their day, but they think, oh, there's a show today. It's 2 hours at least or whatever, hour 45, 2:15 that they budget for their shitty day, which I understand because I have podcasts I like too. So when you see 10 minutes, I'm sure there's part of them are like, oh, good, it's just going to be one of these things.
Happened, yeah.
But at the same time, like, it does kind of suck. I don't know. I think it was 10 minutes. No?
Thereabouts.
Was it? Did it make 10 minutes?
I think it was in total 12.
12, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I don't know. I saw Steve took over the show Twitter account and piled on.
Yeah, that's very nice.
As he can do. So, hey, look, you've been there. I mean, that's okay. Dave can do that too.
Did he receive permission for that, or was that a rogue?
He's grandfathered in, I think. I think when you service like that, I think you can do that, yeah. Did that annoy you, Dave, or no?
No.
Oh, okay. Did anything annoy you yesterday?
I don't believe so. No annoyance.
You have to say Dave takes his lumps pretty well. I'd say better than me or Steve.
He does, although we texted a little bit yesterday. He was one-word answerish, kind of doing what I would do.
Yeah, but you don't know what to... I almost texted you and said, is this a setup? And I said, I'm just going to say yes instead, because I don't want to bother him.
So that wasn't going to have you come here by yourself?
I think it would be funny if you had me every day come in for 12 minutes.
Yeah, but I wouldn't do that. I felt bad. I felt most bad for Mike. That was not great. I had tweet out to subscribe to his thing, which was painful.
I appreciate it.
That hurt. Actually, physically hurt me to type those letters.
Well, I mean, it was the first of the month. We're losing people in droves.
Oh, I didn't even think of that.
Stop the bleeding.
Yeah, blindmike.net.
Yes.
Blindmike.net. Yeah, I didn't think of that. So yesterday was the first, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
People flee.
How long have you been doing this for?
Almost 2 years.
Okay. So it's not coming up on like the first year where you lose those year-long things. Does that happen or not?
Well, that happens every month, I guess.
Well, I know, but I was thinking like the very first.
I started that in like June. So yeah, it's been over a year.
Okay, so it's been like a year and a half.
Yeah.
All right, good. So go do that. So I don't know. Anything else on this? Because I saw a lot of feedback on Twitter. It seemed as always, people were divided. Oh, Kirk's an asshole. Oh, fuck Dave. Fuck Kirk. A lot of anger toward Mike. It was sort of...
Was there?
Well, there always is. Just sort of, it seems spread out. I don't know.
I need a sighted man's color commentary on this because everyone seemed to find my look very funny. And I
didn't see this. What was this?
I guess when you walked out, I had a puzzled look on my face, and I couldn't tell what was so funny about it.
Well, I assume you're just waiting for Dave to stop taping or something? Is that what you don't?
I guess so, but we didn't really talk after that either.
No,
so.
yeah. don't know. What Dave? What was your anger toward me yesterday when you were? There must be some. I could tell there's some.
No, like I understand where you're coming
Let's
from.
just talk it out.
Yeah,
Let's hear it.
no,
Go ahead.
I understand where you're coming from. I do think I feel like with the show, because we don't have like a start at 9:00 every day, there's been some conversation in text that was kind of more collaborative. I initially did
That's not a word. That's
No,
not,
no.
That's not. I did this with the last producer.
No,
whatever his face was.
I'm not
The guy
saying it
who's-
should be or
the guy,
shouldn't.
the main wire guy, whatever his name is.
No, I'm not saying it should be
What's
or
that?
shouldn't.
What's his name?
Steve, I believe.
Steve.
Yeah.
This is not this is not not Hall and Oates here. This seems
never
to be,
said that.
Whether it's Harrison or the other idiot. Who's the other idiot?
Justin?
The fatso doesn't know which way to walk.
Justin.
Him, Dave, like I think everybody thinks Mike's the only one. Mike knows he's lesser than. That's
Yes.
great
I
quality.
know I'm lesser than.
I've
That
had
was
that
not my
with
point.
everyone.
That's why he's built his own little kingdom where he's the captain. That's how
Right,
it works.
that's exactly
That's
right.
what
Yeah.
you should do, Dave. That's fine.
That was not my point. That was not
No
my
problem. I mean, but although to be fair, Mike's kingdom, it's really dictated by what time his producer can work as well.
Literally, you know, it's hilarious that you say that. Not as a joke. 20 minutes before the show, Craig goes, "Can we do 11:30 today?" And I said, "No, I'm doing KMS." And he goes, "It's going to be tight then." So I think no Craig today on the Blind Mike
The
project.
only thing I would say to that is
He's not my employee.
Are you paying him a fine salary?
No.
no.
Yes.
And maybe Dave's not happy with his salary. I don't know. I have no idea.
It's not accurate.
But this happens. But I think because the show and Twitter and everyone jokes around, you do these things. Everyone kind of like, oh, I'm. It's like it's not like everybody else could vaporize. I could sit here
It's
with a
not true,
microphone.
though. Like, you're
no,
just-
that what I just said is true.
Yeah, but you're
And one of the people behind the hair across the street, the salon, one of the lovely hairdressers could produce the show, and would have the same listeners. Probably more actually. A few times I've walked by.
Have I ever argued that? I've never tried to make myself bigger than you or
Use the word
anything.
collaborative.
Collaborative was the wrong. I guess it's the wrong word, but I'm saying like in the past you have said like, does this work for you? Because you're a nice guy. You
Correct.
You
Yes.
Does
Yes.
this work? I'm just saying like
Yes,
that
and then you
tone.
say that I'm asking that question.
And 99% of the time, it's yes, that works for me. Saturday, does that work? Yes, that works for me. Whatever. 99% of the time. So the only thing I was like a little upset with.
I don't think you're
yesterday-
asked to work a lot, honestly. I just don't.
Sure, because you trust that we're doing.
I mean, I
things
really
like-
don't. Well, those days are over.
Yeah.
We have a new thing. Like this thing where I'm like, oh, go. I trust you guys. That's done. How many hours did Harrison work last week?
He works 20 hours a week.
So he works exactly 20 hours and 0 minutes every
we
week.
limit
0
it-
minutes, 0
We
seconds.
limit it to 20 hours a week.
Okay, so you have he tells you when he's working.
Puts a timesheet in.
Okay, he does.
Yes.
Okay, I'd like to see that every week now.
All right.
I'm serious because I don't. How am I to trust either one of you? So that kind of stuff. I've had. This is my money. Like I've had enough of this. So was the only thing that you were upset at me about?
Yeah. I think.
No, you said you were saying. So the thing that upset me.
No, well, I was just thinking, like, with all the, I mean, obviously, you know, I'm working is my point. Like,
Correct.
I'm texting you at 6 a.m. on Saturdays
Absolutely.
about the case. I'm doing this and
well,
that.
as I said yesterday, no question.
I thought the impression was kind of, so you're totally right about, me thinking like 15 minutes or whatever is a big deal. I don't think that happens overly often, but I can understand like just the fact it happens can be an annoyance. So I understand it all, I guess. That's where it comes down to.
What's up, Mike?
If would it be unwise of me to play devil's advocate?
It might, but go ahead.
So I would know my criticism of Dave would be I would never think to say, "Hey, can we change the time of the show because of me? Like, can we do a different time?" But
Well, he thinks it's the Dave Cullen show a little bit.
I don't know about. I don't think that.
I see a lot of that, and there's something to that. Go ahead.
But when he said, "Hey, can we do 10 or whatever?" What if you just said, "No, we can't"?
I would have been there.
Yeah, but he knows. But he also knows, and I'm like,
That's not fair then. That's not fair. That's not fair.
You're right.
to me.
I agree with you. It's not fair. I do agree with that. I agree with you on that one. Definitely not fair to somebody. I agree. We agree on that. So on that we agree. Yeah. I mean, I don't. I don't know. I mean, I mean,
I don't
I feel
understand
like
your point.
I feel like we are now at the point where we're playing out the clock a little bit.
Really?
A little bit on my end.
Because it seemed like you were liking Dave on the show for a long time. I'm
Yeah.
surprised that this was
We'll see.
that
We'll
big a
see.
deal.
We'll see where it goes. I would say we'll see where it goes. We have the case, and then we'll see where we're at. I guess. I don't know. Who knows? And if Dave finds something better, then I would tell him to go for it. But I would tell it to anybody. So it's this is where we're at right now on the show. But it's fine.
Just this.
No,
one thing.
I mean it's fine. I don't want to get overly into it. It's fine. It's really fine.
You will eventually. So we
I
might
suppose
as
we
well,
will.
Might as well
eventually.
now.
I suppose we will eventually. Well, I don't know. Who knows? Maybe we'll get through it. It happens. You know how it is on the show. There are ups and downs. So Yeah, I don't know. But like, yeah. Anyway, so what else?
Ime Udoka is the big news today, I would say.
Yeah.
The fact he got a quick.
Did he get the job?
I don't know if they've officially given him the job, but everyone is, obviously the Woj broke it and all those guys. So,
Weird.
yeah.
I don't
I
really
didn't even know
what-
Steve Nash had been fired.
Yeah, he got fired, 2 days ago?
Yeah.
Because 2 days ago is when I saw Bill Simmons tweeting, like, I bet Steve Nash will be the scapegoat. And I didn't see he got fired
Yeah.
right after that.
Yeah, I don't know if I guess his whole staff didn't get fired. Because very oddly, my high school basketball teammate Brian Keefe is on that staff in Brooklyn. He played college basketball at UNLV, but he's been with Durant forever.
What does he have to say about this?
Not a lot. I haven't talked to him, so not a lot. But yeah, he's. I was like, oh, geez, maybe he'll get the job, because he's been an assistant for a long time. But then they had Jacques Vaughn, who's an old NBA player, the interim coach right now, and now it looks like Udoka, which is just very strange. Like I don't know, it's just so unknown. Everything's so unknown. Every time I tune into something, I tuned in yesterday to Sports Talk Radio for a couple minutes. This is where it's useful to me still. I was like, oh, maybe they'll have somebody on or have some information. And it's just everybody being like, well, we know what he did, but we can't say. I'm like, well, okay,
Right.
I don't know. Like, people say things to me. I have no fucking idea.
Based on what someone like me has seen, just the general public, it would seem that, like, the Nets and Celtics just have a different line on how they allow cheating on your wife.
I don't know. But you heard about harassment, though, too. So it's also within the
But
organization.
then why would the Nets hire him right away?
Well, because Durant wants him.
Right.
I think that's how it works in the NBA. I think it's how it's always worked. I guess
It is, but does Durant wanting him trump all the Me Too shit
find
and whatever
out.
backlash would?
Well, all I know is if there's more to it, once the Nets hire him officially, that shit will come out. I bet that's when stuff will get ugly. Is my guess.
Right.
So I don't know. I mean, it's weird though. Like a couple of weeks, a month ago, whatever, it was the biggest story in the country. Like he'll never coach again. Da da da. He's gonna have a job before like Veterans Day in the same year, and the Celtics suspended him for the year. They're letting him go. And they're getting nothing back? Like nothing? Not even like a
strange.
second round pick?
They're getting rid of him and they don't want him. Like they just.
Well, I know,
want-
but the Nets want him. So
Right.
like, why wouldn't you say, okay, great, give us something, give us an expiring contract that we can use for the salary cap next year, give us a shit second round pick that we can at least maybe we'll get lucky on. Give us something.
I would
it's
say the
weird.
shitstorm internally with all the women in the office was like, okay,
Yeah, but he's
so now
not.
you're
But
gonna
he's,
get rid of
but
it.
he's not around. He's never gonna coach the Celtics again. I think for the Celtics, it's like, well, we just don't have to pay him. I guess. I assume they're
yes.
paying him, right?
That's the weird thing is to want to get like I mean maybe, and you could say it's a good thing with all the maybe they're taking Me Too stuff more seriously, but it's weird for a guy to go to the NBA Finals in his first year. It was his first year, right?
Yep.
And then
I think so.
And then want to get rid of him that badly that they're essentially pushing him out.
Yeah, clearly, I mean, like the Matt Barnes, there's something to that stuff. But yet, at the same time, the Nets would know that too.
Right.
So I don't know. Maybe it's just something involving somebody. I know nothing. Maybe it's something involving somebody super high up in the organization, right? Who is so powerful they were just like, fuck this guy. He's not coaching his team.
Yeah.
Maybe it's that simple. I
Oh,
have
that's
no idea.
true too, because some of the
I've heard
allegations.
that, but,
yeah,
but I mean, I don't know. But I have no idea.
Well, if
so.
he just moves on to another team, the story hopefully moves with it, right? So now all of a sudden nobody's digging about the front office guy trying to find out who that guy is, if he had an affair. What I don't know. I would just think it stops.
if it's a salacious enough story, the Celtics could still get shit.
Well, it's actually gone away. That's the thing until this. Like,
Right.
nobody was talking about it. It seems like this new coach is okay. Like, NBA coaches don't really matter. It's all about the players anyway.
No one's
So-
talking about it, but if it comes out that there was a sexual assault or something
for sure.
like that.
But I would think, I mean, again, though, to go back to that, to your point, the Nets would have to know that.
I would think so,
I mean,
yeah.
I don't know how they wouldn't.
Right.
It's just weird. I don't know. Then I saw, of course, somebody from The Ringer, Wasley Lombre, is that right?
yes,
Tweeted out that the Celtics, something negative about the Celtics.
yes.
And it's a tale as old as time. Like, it's just like, he's basically like, the Celtics need to get their shit together, clean out their, I forget what it was. And sure enough, a couple of hardcore Celtics fans around here did some search on this old Twitter, and boy, oh boy, this guy makes Hubs look like fucking Mitt Romney on Twitter. It is a fucking scene and a half.
And
You see
he
those
was
old tweets?
and he was deleting them like
Quickly,
actively as it was
going.
happening.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
that person was literally finding a tweet, quote tweeting it to Simmons or whoever, and then that tweet would be deleted. And I'm talking like 25 of them.
Yeah. So look, I'm normally like, this is, I'm not for it. But I looked up the guy's name in Barstool, and sure enough, he dumped all over Barstool a few times.
No.
So there's a Barstool guy who had tweets like that. He'd be leading the charge if he didn't have his own stuff. But I mean, this stuff, I asked him to come on. He's not responded. And I reached out, I believe, to Bill Simmons for comment. He did not respond. But this was like,
Is Bill Simmons smart? I would think he's smart enough to do a background check on people's social profiles and stuff like that.
Well, what do you think?
I know he clearly didn't.
Yeah,
I would think that would be a normal move for him.
But this was like, did you see these, Mike, or no?
No.
These are like rough, just like the kind of ones where I'd be like, if I looked them up, I might have been like, oh, maybe we don't hire this guy.
Give me a genre. Give me a race.
He hits all the.
I would say the class of men you've been most likely to protect in the past are certainly represented.
Oh, interesting. All right.
Women who prefer each other sexually are certainly
Okay.
Lampooned.
All right.
Beyonce is raising a generation of self-righteous feminist sluts.
That's like tame. Yeah.
He didn't delete that one.
That one's still there.
Yep.
He believes that. He's
a
like,
whole-
you know what?
this-
This one stays.
But like, with like hubs are like, I don't know, 4 or something?
Yeah, I think
Maybe there's 8,
somewhere.
whatever. It's like 40 with this guy. I saw him all day yesterday. I was like, holy shit.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. So he hasn't tweeted in a while, right?
I think it was like 16 hours. Yeah.
Yeah.
when are these from?
Yesterday.
No,
The older ones? Oh, we're going
tweets?
back to 2009.
Yeah,
in
they're
some
old.
cases.
Oh, like all of them. They're old.
When do we find enough of these that we're like, you know what? I guess 10 years ago we just kind of talked like this and it was more acceptable.
Did we though? I was on Twitter 10 years ago. And fuck, do you see a lot of this on Twitter 10 years ago?
I don't remember that, but Twitter was a lot more like Reddit 10 years ago, where it was the Wild West, a little more of the internet because there weren't as many people on it.
It's still your name on that though. Like I don't know how old this guy is. Like he may be 24 and he might have been 15 then. Again, it's stupid, but like I'm not firing the guy for that myself. Well, oh boy, I don't know. The problem is with this though is like the Ringer is like, like a woke flag waving, like fuck Barstool, fuck these guys, So I don't know. I know what Simmons does here, and I don't know, is it a Spotify decision or is it Bill's decision? I don't know the answer to that.
Combination of
Probably a
both. I think
little
if
both,
Spotify says it, they'll do it for sure.
Yeah, I mean, also he's a 0, so it's not like you're losing anything. It's not like it's, so I'm not sure. I don't know.
Spotify's obviously someward open.
Just calling it little tweets like that and fucking fire him.
Find them. Dig them up, folks.
I'll make him up.
Can. Yeah. At least like a Hubs addresses it. This guy's not going to address it. He's chicken shit.
Will Simmons address it?
No.
Of course, I didn't hear Portnoy address it, did he? Hubs?
Yes.
Did he? Oh, did he?
did.
What did he say? I didn't hear that. What
He
did he
did
say?
it on. He did it on the rundown. He just said it was addressed in the past, and this
Oh,
person.
okay.
It was
Well,
so
there you go. Well,
old.
good.
and-
Yeah. I mean, so does Simmons do? I don't know. They say because I mean, all these women at the Ringer who hate us and hate and hate Megyn Kelly but like, are they just going to sit there and because it's a guy they work with, just stay silent during this, or are they going to be as active as they were if it was me or if it was who? Like, I don't know if Ron DeSantis was tweeting that when he was 9.
No, it's based on who you hate and who you like.
Right.
That's who
No,
you
we've
go
done this
after.
all
It's not an
before, but-
actual moral thing.
But like, I don't know. Like I'll admit, like, would I hire Dave or Steve? I mean, certainly Steve would never tweet anything like that or think anything like that. But I hire Dave or Steve or Justin or Will, or is it impossible that one of these idiots tweeted something like that in 2000? Of course not.
Right.
But like, what does that mean in 2020? I don't know. You change literally your brain grows if you're a kid at that. I don't know. But this guy has got some crazy shit.
Yeah, it's just such a volume with
That's
him.
crazy.
And you kind of get the idea of the type of guy he is. That's all.
Yeah, there are. Like I even just think of like Red Sox tweets I tweeted that were douchey. You know what I mean? So to not think like, fuck, I tweeted this about sluts 10 years ago. Maybe I should delete that.
What's what you call Jimmy Stewart, wasn't it?
Probably, yeah.
Zolak?
I've apologized. I've apologized profusely to those men.
We had to deal with that. We almost fired you for that. Just for a fucking sheer embarrassment. Jesus Christ.
Could never come back.
Think he'll get fired for it?
No.
I do not. I agree with you of why they don't, like, I don't understand why people don't address those things, but I also don't know where would he address that. Like, he's not going to just.
Simmons could. Why wouldn't Simmons? So if Mike had those old tweets, right?
Yeah.
Let's say Mike had those old tweets. We would just come on the show and do a show about it.
Right.
Why can't Simmons have the guy on?
Because that's, it's
Not his world.
guys.
Although it is a little more Simmons' world.
Yeah, I think Simmons could do that.
Yeah, I don't listen to his podcast too much, but it wouldn't be crazy. You're right. For Simmons to do or like, I don't know if he'd start the show with it, or maybe he'd have that guy on as normal, but bring it up. Like, just bring it up as part of conversation.
Like I was watching, saw today, Simmons had some guy to talk about the Nets, or they're still the Nets, right? Brooklyn Nets, their culture. I'm like, well, aren't you the same? Like, it's your culture. Like,
Yeah.
I actually think he's the culture writer for the Ringer. It says, like, just say, like, hey, what happened? And by the way, the guy went on. He was like, boy, I was a fucking idiot then. If you've noticed, I've been tweeting like that in 13 years or something, 12 years. I'm embarrassed. I'm an idiot. Not to, if you fire me, great. If not, I take the last 12 years over those. I don't know. Have that conversation, and I'd be like, well, all right, great. You apologized. Move on.
I would say the left, or whatever you want to call the ringer,
There's the
has
left.
like two camps where they're either it's the smartest decision or the dumbest decision, where some will go on Twitter before it's even a story and like throw themselves under the bus
Right.
and profusely apologize, or they just ignore it, and usually correctly because it goes away.
That's what Simmons has done about like the stuff that I've called him out for. Right?
Right.
Like, yeah, which is smart. I mean, because nobody's going to pile on.
Yeah, I mean, we look at it, people who analyze podcasts or hate Simmons or whatever, will analyze it and say it's weak or shitty or it's not fair to your audience. But from a business perspective, it's perfect for Simmons.
But let's say let's say you didn't bring it up as a topic if it were your show. I could see Mike being like, who are we to talk with, complaining about the Nets culture? Like, look what's happening with us right now, and we're not even talking. Like, Mike would do that. Or if it was opposite, you would do that live on the show. Like, maybe you didn't plan it as a topic, but it'd probably come up organically. I
Probably.
think,
I guess. Yeah, I'm looking at. He hasn't had anything. He hasn't tweeted anything in. Really, since it started. Yeah, 16 hours ago. So clearly, I would guess they told him cut the shit. I guess.
Yeah, you ignore it.
Let me see. I'm looking for the one he had about Barstool.
Be great if he was like, you cunts that are criticizing me.
Let's see if I can find it here. This is from 2017. The Deadspin story about Portnoy. Barstool founder asked if Harvey Weinstein should be allowed to exchange sex for work. 10/16/17, which I'm sure is exactly what Dave said. Wazzy Lombre quote tweets it. Am I saying his name right? I don't know if I'm not. I apologize. I'm shocked, absolutely stunned. Can't believe the purveyors of Barstool would ever stump for something this disgusting. So there you go.
Right.
He hates Barstool.
Yeah, he hates people that make dirty jokes. Yeah, I guess.
I mean, that's the thing. Like 6 years before that, he was tweeting out basically about drugging women.
Well, maybe he
But, like,
thinks
not even joking,
Maybe
I
he thinks
don't
the
think,
Barstool guys are pussies. He's like, I really go for
that's
the
true.
throat.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
That's a good point. Yeah. So I don't know. Oh, yeah. I don't know. Who knows? It's never. Like I said to Jerry. Jerry's like, it's never somebody we hate. Why can't that be Sam Kennedy? I'm like, you're damn right. I wish it was.
Yeah.
I'm with him on that one. I mean, Sam has said things like that to me privately, obviously.
Sure. Yeah.
Of course. What else?
I asked Mike this before the show, but should James Corden have ratted out whoever gave him the stolen Ricky Gervais joke or no? Like, they're protecting that person. He read verbatim a Ricky Gervais
Yeah, I saw
joke.
that. I mean, sure. Yeah, I think you should rat him out. I mean, obviously the person setting him up, right?
Like, they put it on his desk, or they put it in the prompter
I don't know
or
about
whatever.
that.
you
I
think
don't
so?
think it's a setup because there's a I think HBO. There's some documentary where they broke down like joke stealing, and they talked about Conan O'Brien specifically.
Oh, remember? Yeah, remember
And they were
Conan
like,
with.
there were like 6 examples of Conan stealing a joke
some
that
guy
day
sued
from
him.
Twitter.
Remember?
Yeah.
Yeah, that guy. Oh, the guy from Twitter, right? Yeah. I watched this. Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean SNL is always being accused. Like,
Well, you did a whole thing on this, right?
yeah. Where SNL.
Where can I find that?
Why are you laughing?
Good.
BlindMike.net.
There you go. Yes, go ahead.
SNL every week is accused. Like, I tweeted this joke fucking 3
Right.
weeks ago, and now it's a skit on SNL. Or
And there's
they
something
steal
to the
other sketches
idea,
or
like,
whatever.
first of all, people just rip off jokes. You know that.
Yeah.
I think there's something to the idea if you're a writer for SNL or whatever, you're just on Twitter for the week, and like 2 days later, a crumb of ideas in your head. You don't. I buy that.
Absolutely.
But this is obvious.
But that's verbatim. He copied it down.
This is like, what's her face? Melania Trump with whoever. Remember with Michelle Obama's speech?
Yeah.
Whoever that was, just literally
Copy and paste.
which is probably the wildest one of all time if you really think about it. Like, that is really fucking crazy that happened. Remember, Jerry? I'm not sure. I'll hear it.
Almost like it was purposeful. Like, Trump was like, see, you did it better. You know?
I almost feel like the speechwriter was like a secret agent. Like, fuck you.
Yeah.
Do you have the Gervais joke and the Corden joke?
Yeah, it's all back to back.
Because if someone puts up a poster in a town square that says guitar lessons available,
That's like going into a town square, seeing a big notice board, and there's a notice, guitar lessons.
like
Hold
you
on.
don't get people.
If you listen, Mike, even he's ripping off his accent.
I know,
The
that's
accent
weird.
is
James
insane.
Corden usually speaks like me. You know?
Gervais is crazy though. Like, he'll host the Golden Globes and like he'll make fun of celebrities.
Right.
It's fucking crazy.
Well, he's pretty intense.
Yes, he's kind of. You know, I like Gervais. Okay, I've asked Dave to book him, but I'm not putting Dave in charge of booking guests anymore. I am now handling that.
All right.
Which is a lock if I want to ever get Gervais on. I'm a friend of his.
All right.
Gervais is like schmaltzy though.
In what way?
Like, did you watch the show Extras?
Oh. No, I didn't watch extras, but like Afterlife is very.
Yeah, he's a schmaltz ball.
But I don't mind that. Like the in the early seasons of The Office, the tender moments or whatever, they're not too over the top. I like them.
I guess. I don't know. Go ahead. I still don't know why he was on that thing with
Rock and
Seinfeld
Louis.
and your
I've
guy.
said that before, and people criticize me because it's like he is one of the best TV writers ever. I guess.
Yeah, but he's not like that's like a Mount Rushmore stand. Like
It was weird. Yeah, I didn't know why Norm wasn't on there or whoever instead. Of him.
whoever. There's like 30 guys. But go ahead. Sorry.
Like, you don't get people in the town go, I don't want to play the guitar.
And you go, but I don't fucking want guitar lessons.
Well, then that sign wasn't for you. It was for somebody else. You don't have to get mad about all of it.
Fine, it's not for you then. Just walk away. Don't worry about it.
I mean, it's as close to verbatim.
It'd be funny if Corden was that 2 nights ago. When was that?
I think it was 2 nights ago because I think the tweet was yesterday.
I think if Corden just went out and just did an entire Gervais act.
And these trans people.
right. Did he apologize yet?
He did like a semi-apology. It wasn't like the most formal thing I've ever seen in the world, but he tweeted and then he promoted the special that the joke was on. That's what he did.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's no logical reason for this because none of the things seem like a setup. But when shit happens, like Corden's leaving the late show, and then within a month he's called an asshole by that restaurant owner, and then this. It feels like they're setting him up to look like a piece of shit for some
Yes.
reason.
The Corden smear campaign.
Yeah. Like obviously it's got to be a coincidence. I would think.
It does
but-
happen sometimes.
yeah.
I think we mentioned this. Like I saw all those people saying Lisa Kudrow's like the biggest asshole they've ever dealt with, which I heard before. So like I don't know. Maybe things just happen. Oh, who knows? Anyway, what else?
Actually, you brought up Jerry quickly. Did you hear the Jerry start of his show the other day?
Halloween.
Oh, right. That was actually
Halloween.
like
Oh, no,
Thursday.
Special Halloween.
Yeah.
Oh no, I did not.
Oh, boy.
He gets very angry at this, and I think I might have to defend Craig.
So
not sure.
I'm guessing my old friend Pete Gustin,
Yeah.
from EEI, who Jerry still uses, I guess.
Yes.
Yeah, he used it's the intro.
Has a Halloween bit with Jerry here. Am I guessing or no?
No. You're misunderstanding.
Oh, Pete usually does the thing on the show.
The Jerry
Oh,
Callahan.
I thought there was like
show,
a special like.
No, he's saying where's Gustin? Like where's my intro?
So Jerry wanted no part of the Halloween stuff.
Well, that's where it gets a little weird because evidently he loves the Halloween stuff. Like so the reason Craig did this, as will come up in a second, is because he's been slapped on the wrist for it before.
Oh, go ahead.
Okay, do you have Gustin? Is he Gustin going to introduce us?
The last time I didn't have special music, you didn't like it on a holiday.
Well, I have no problem with special music. Where's the introduction? Was that too much work to put the introduction over that?
Might have been. I don't have the. I can put it in post.
Okay. I guess that'd be too much to ask. I have the introduction for our world famous voice man. So what are we doing here, Ina? Are we just beginning the show? Is that supposed to be? Was I supposed to know that we didn't have an introduction today?
Well, I think it was Columbus Day or 4th of July. I didn't have special.
Okay, I understand that. There's
I'd like to
nothing
know what
wrong with
Columbus
all the
Day music he wanted.
Where is the introduction?
Question.
I'll find it.
Okay, forget it. Let's go. Ready? Put it in post. Well, that was a wild weekend. Hammered.
So that's what the locals fans got. The
The
other
old
day.
freebie
to see that.
Wow,
Yep.
behind the scenes. Wow. Did you find the examples of that Jerry thing I talked about?
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about, Mike? With
Yeah.
That sounds like a.
Let me hear that again.
That sounds like a.
I noticed he does it a lot more like in the intros of the show.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, he does it sometimes when he's referring to like Elizabeth Warren or something like that. But,
AOC was just a cuss.
Dare I say
Same
it?
with that lion fraud, Liz Warren.
Yeah, right. There you go. All right. Well, poor Craig.
Yeah.
I don't know what to say.
Also, I couldn't figure out how Craig can mix up the 4th of July and Columbus Day.
Like he's saying one of these holidays.
No, I know, but he's saying it was either 3 weeks ago or 4 months ago.
Well, on that show, who knows? I mean, times I listened the other day. Oh, like the Megan Ottolini, all that stuff from a couple weeks ago. Volan. And Craig didn't say a word. It was like 20 minutes. He didn't say a word.
Yeah, no, he sits back.
Jerry just rants for an hour.
Yeah. I don't
Is that
know.
what it was like when you were there?
yes, pretty much.
Oh, you had guests,
actually,
though,
he
right?
would
Talked
have
more, right?
But he would have a guest. But no, I didn't talk that much. But he would have a guest always every day. Yeah.
Why doesn't he have guests on anymore?
I think because like Shattuck got a job. Turtle Boy thing happened with Chrono.
But anything,
I
I
think
mean,
it just
anybody?
Reamer
always-
couldn't go on. Yeah, all
Reamer
those
stopped-
guys.
Yeah, Reamer
just couldn't
stopped
do it.
going on.
That's true.
There wasn't that many in the rotation, I don't believe.
What about Shattuck's stupid wife? Didn't he have her on a couple of times or no?
I think she produced for him.
Oh, is that it?
Yes.
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
So like 96 podcasts on this one. It's like, Jesus Christ. What else?
Actually, when we were talking about MA and would the story go away, I always wonder like why random stories come back up. Did you see that Hope Solo arrest video? No. Like, why is that a big deal? It was actually like the lead story on a shit ton of like publications yesterday.
Was that years ago?
I guess they said, I thought there was an incident years ago. Did she like hit somebody or something years
Yeah, it
ago
was like
in a
domestic
drunken
violence.
rage?
Wasn't her
I
boyfriend?
thought it was her boyfriend,
Was a
yeah.
football player, right?
This one, is it the same guy? This one, she's drunk.
Jeremy Stevens, am I wrong?
Yes,
Yeah,
same
okay.
one. Yeah, so she has kids with him. She's drunk. She pulls over in a Walmart parking
Is
lot.
this new or is this the old one?
March, and some news outlet like just got the body cam footage of the entire incident. So it's just kind of weird that like why would that be of interest to people for that to just come back up?
Well, it's new video footage.
Yeah, but like
And she's yanked from her car and arrested after being found passed out in the Walmart with her 2-year-old twins in the back of the car. That to me is notable.
Who would want to watch that?
What are you talking about?
That doesn't sound interesting to
it
me.
just seems so like she's a nobody. Like it just seems so
She's pretty
random.
famous.
Like they reported what happened in March. I'm sure that she resisted
She crosses
arrest
the barrier of that is reportable to me. She's not like
because she's in the Olympics and everything.
Well, she's not
Yeah.
like Tiger Woods or whoever.
No, but she's
LeBron
famous.
James. But I know when you said her name, I knew who it was.
Yes. Yeah. Yep.
And she's kind of good looking, right? So people like that whole, isn't she?
I think so.
I mean-
Yeah, or she was like when she was a soccer player, she was perceived as one.
Yeah, people. That's what I mean. People
Yeah.
liked her, thought she was kind of that. You know how it works.
Yeah.
You really asking us questions?
Well, I just think like it's so we knew what happened in March, we just didn't have the footage, and so now you have
But
the
now you
footage,
do.
and it's kind of like, no, but it's so long later. It just seems like I don't know, it's random.
What if we had the video of OJ killing Nicole? Would that be reportable?
That would be worthy, yes. But OJ,
That was 30 years,
that's
Mike.
a little bit
Who
different.
watched that?
I don't think the world like fully erupted when Hope Solo was arrested for DUI. I don't think it was like the biggest deal in the world.
Let's say there was new Tiger stuff though, even from like a year. I know
Tiger's
he's
a
bigger.
monster. He's a monster.
Okay, so I mean, what's the cutoff?
There's got to be
the video's
some
not the
kind
biggest deal in the world now. It's just it was reported.
No,
but they're trying to
you're
make
saying
it
it's
into-
leading. What's it leading? You said
Oh, it
it's
was
leading-
like the first story forever on DailyMail.com. It was definitely
But that's
high
what-
up on
but
New York
but
Post.
that's what
It was
they do
definitely-
though. That's a click. Like people. Put it this way: if you're on New York, I'll go to NewYorkPost.com right now.
Yep.
I'd click on that.
Every time. NYPost.com.
Not only would I click on it, I would click on it thinking, I wonder if this is something worth playing on my show or something.
Sure.
Because it seems
Yeah, it's kind of like a random evergreen thing, right? It's not like for today. It's not necessarily like people aren't going to be necessarily talking about that today. I guess is my
New York Post
point.
is rough, man. I'm pissed. Christina Applegate gains 40 pounds. Can't walk without a cane due to MS with pictures. That's just a fucking rough scene.
she has a show coming out, doesn't she? Season
Does she?
3 of that show.
I think she like battled through the filming of season 3.
Oh, the one with
Yeah.
what's her face?
Yep.
I don't know. I'll tell you, man. They know how to get you to click on things on this fucking site, though. I'll tell you that. James Corden steals jokes. It's nowhere at the top anymore, though, Dave. To be clear.
They've moved on.
Yes, Sarah Jessica Parker sold her home for $5.5 million. Yeah, there you go. And I am into this Chick-fil-A experiment with the workers. I don't know if you saw that or not. They're going for longer days, longer hours, shorter work weeks, like 13 3-hour days or something.
Oh, so they're getting rid of another day?
Yeah. The Chick-fil-A workers seem to be into it. No, the workers, as opposed to 40-hour weeks, you'll work like 13 hours Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday.
Okay. I was going to say they're already closed Sundays.
No,
What
no,
the fuck?
yeah. What's kind of I thought too? I was like, you already have one built-in day off in the week if you work there.
Right.
So I don't know. Then you have 4 days off. That's not so bad.
I kind of worked in fast food. It seems like they would have enough people where it's diverse.
I guess. I suppose. I haven't had it in forever. I miss it. I miss it very much. I wish there should be one in Watertown. I don't know why. I don't know why there isn't. Anyway.
There should be. I know a perfect place for it.
You can get rid of one place, but another. That's true.
I don't know about that. Right next
So
door.
that's why, Dave. I think because they just got the video of it to answer your
Yes.
question.
Yeah, they just got it legally, but yeah, I guess I have a line and maybe other people don't have a line.
I suppose. I know. It's a monster. Everyone's talking about it.
Yeah.
What else?
Did you get a vibe from Alice's appearance that she felt unwelcome as a woman in this studio on that podcast that you were referencing?
No, I didn't. I listened to 2 seconds of it. Why is that what she said?
Oh, they were like talking about.
Oh, I have no pay. You're gonna put me in a
Yeah.
bad mood if you. Are we really doing this?
Put you in a bad mood?
Are we really doing this? Where Alice Shattuck, who is a nobody To be kind. To be kind.
Should we
I think
listen to it first?
she
No, I'm just
she wasn't full fledged. That like
she couldn't have. We couldn't have been. Oh my god.
She was also walked into it a little bit by the host of the show.
My patience will be at zero if this. I will turn on that show in an unkind way like you've never seen in your life. If this is anything like I think it's going to be. If
I don't know. Like there's been
if not, I'll apologize.
a real sort of anti-female thing going on with the KMS show, Alice. I don't know if you're aware, but Kirk doesn't often ask women in to sit with him.
He didn't ask me in either. Let the record show.
Hold on.
I mean,
no. Why not? I can't imagine why. Yeah. It sounds like such an illuminated conversation. Why wouldn't I have a conversation? I think one time a guy died, and then he came back to life, and his dad was there, and his mom got knocked out without even fucking anybody. I really think that would happen. My husband is gonna make Connecticut his grandpa. Find a cross and fuck it. I mean, really. Jesus, God almighty. Go ahead.
I mean, that could go multiple ways with Kirk not knowing who's going to show up. And
Hold on. Yeah. It was. Yeah. Maybe I would shoot her multiple ways. She was very good in the show, and I enjoyed it. What are we doing here? Yeah. Why does everybody have to do this? Why? God damn it! Why?
Now,
why?
I suspect you may know what's coming, but I haven't heard a criticism yet.
Does he need to? Who knows?
Do you disagree?
I just think like
why is it like Kirk was great to me, Dave was great to me. It was a great experience.
I don't think there should be any nuance. It was a great experience.
None.
Yes.
Zero.
Right. Yeah.
What are we doing here?
Yeah.
No.
I agree.
She was right. It was a little sexist of me, though. However,
why?
I did go through Tom Shattuck to book her because.
Well, you know him.
You don't have her number.
But she thought I had her number because we've communicated in the past. I did not have her number. I don't.
That's just stupid. I mean, that's just. If you knew her well and we wanted to have Tom on, you would contact her.
We also we interact with Tom often, and it's his wife.
I don't interact with him ever.
I do. Like he'll send me shit talk about certain things in radio or whatever.
What a rivalry. Go ahead.
And Monday or Sunday night, whatever. Didn't you specifically start the show by saying like, for whatever reason, I'm like lighter on women. Like I went easier when Alice was here than I would have if a guy was.
As Mike knows, they're not as funny as men.
That's damn
it's
straight.
Not sexist. I mean, that's a scientific fact.
That'll be an episode someday.
What's that?
We'll
like you said, there are people.
I do apologize. There's a lot of laughs here so far. I don't mean to get in the way of it, but I mean, Jesus, God Almighty.
Like you said, there are people that feel that women shouldn't be there, and they're really, including sort of my husband as well. So, I do get that and appreciate it. I don't think necessarily like it could be an everyday and all the time thing at all.
Hold on. Oh damn. Oh, okay, fine. Sorry, we're gonna offer the job. Fuck. God damn it. We can't catch a break anymore.
I was nervous.
Oh shit. Damn it. That's too bad. I really wanted to, go over more local state politics in Northwest Connecticut, but now I'm just fucking shit out of luck.
What was that she said? My husband also doesn't want women around?
No,
Tom
did not think she should come into the studio.
She did fine. We like her.
Totally
she was fine.
Yes.
We're kidding her. Now, she can handle this, of course. But I'm just saying, like, what the fuck? What are we doing here?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
But it was fun to do it, certainly. And like I said, like I have a really big appreciation for what Kirk has done.
All right, hold on. Okay, well, now, yeah, we'll change it. I mean, it took a while. But
I told you if you just wait.
Yeah, I don't want to wait. Like my man Dawson. I don't want to wait. Okay? Like, let's get moving here. Jesus. Go ahead. Let me hear the good
sort
parts.
of power of the Minifans as a group of people.
You can have
it's almost like fascinating to me to watch from a sociological perspective. Like I wish someone would write a book chronically.
All right, good. Fresh take. I've never heard that before. Okay. Well, there you go. Yeah. 2 zeros.
Well, she does say she would come back if she was asked. So,
okay.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
That's good.
Yeah. Don't hold your breath. Don't even Shattuck. Don't hold your breath for those 3 seconds you can before you have a heart attack.
Do you envision a world where you invite Alice Shattuck back into the show?
Or Tom.
I've given it no thought. I've been so consumed with firing you that I've not thought about Alice Shattuck being in here, if I'm being totally honest. I hope the same thing happens to Alice that happens to the character in Still Alice, where she gets early onset Alzheimer's.
All right.
What?
It's a horrible disease.
Well, yeah, but although imagine having to look at Shattuck every day for the first time.
Think who's this?
Every day being like, oh my God, I'm married. He says I'm married to you like 50 times a day.
Yeah.
I take that back. I apologize. No. That's a cruelty that even she doesn't deserve for the awful thing she said in that podcast. Gee, did they
51st dates with Shattuck. Every day he has to explain.
Groundhog Day?
That's an
Wake
underrated
up in bed
comment.
with Shattuck? Jesus. Oh, does that idiot from Australia have a Vocal Fry like app or something? That thing was cooking right there.
Oh yeah.
Jesus Christ. Anyway, what else?
What was your
Let's
take?
talk 1 second. Let's talk about Milton's. Please, our great friends at Milton's. Is that Milton's right there, Mike?
Of course, I always wear
Very
it.
nice. The store for men has everything you need to stay warm and look good during this transition of the winter. I will say from a meteorological. Am I saying that right?
Sure. Meteorological.
A lot of L's there, right?
Meteorological.
What? Nope.
A meteorologist's standpoint.
I suppose. What a beautiful stretch this has been, huh? Good God, it's been nice outside. Even today, it's like 70 degrees. This weekend's in the 70s.
It's lovely.
Enjoy, get outside and enjoy it. Don't sit there, Mike. Don't stand there and look at your phone in your apartment. It's depressing to think of that when it's 75 degrees out.
What does that mean?
You're getting heckled by podcasters. I mean, just live a life, you know.
I lived, baby.
All right. Well, okay, good. I like to hear that. The fall selection is here. Peter Millar, Faraday, which I love. South Shore Plaza, Braintree, Chestnut Hill Square, Chestnut Hill, and now open at the Burlington Mall. Or shop online. Please shop online. Go to miltons.com. All your deals right now. Buy one, get one free. Suit event is going on right now. A lot of fall weddings, man. Fall weddings are big. Get your suits, Calvin Klein, Ralph Lauren, all on sale as we speak. As I said, you can go to the 3 stores or miltons.com. Get Moving are great. They put up with me all the time. I mean, think of the stuff they have to deal with this lunatic in their life. And they've been loyal all the way. And when they tell you they tell you a time, you know, if I say to them, let's meet this time, they say, sure, you're in charge, which I like. Beautiful. That's what I like. Go to miltons.com and tell them. I saw a couple nice tweets yesterday from people in Milton's, actually. The Kirk Minahan show sent you. Please do that. What were you saying, Dave? What do I think about it?
What was your takeaway from the Springsteen Howard Stern stuff? We didn't really get that on that bonus show.
Well, Stern's not a big fan. You could tell. He's a Wikipedia type thing. He got his always.
That's every
notes.
interview kind of, right?
Well, no, but he's a big fan of like Bowie and guys like that. He used to kill Springsteen. He's not a Springsteen guy.
Right.
And everyone said that all the people on Twitter, it was a great interview. It was 2 hours and 15 minutes, and Springsteen had a guitar and a piano. Bring him in. Let's make that happen here. I think I'll do a good interview with him. No, and also a Stern, which I can dive into sometimes too much probably as well. Did you listen to the whole thing, Dave, or no?
Yes.
Every interview Stern does now, the last 15 years, has been psychological based. Like, what is your
Right.
dad? Because he's doing his
Therapy.
own thing. Yeah, my dad. Man, it's kind of. You listen to any of it, Mike, or no?
No, just clips that I heard,
Yeah,
but I
there
think
was-
Stern's a good interviewer.
No question about
He's
that.
definitely a good interview because it's like he kind of creates a more relaxed environment.
And I think also the
but-
guest feels like they have to step up their game because they're on Stern's show.
Maybe.
Not even a question.
Which is to his credit though. Like he built that.
He admitted to it after, or maybe it was on Stern the next day or something. He did research for that. Springsteen did research on Howard for that.
Yeah,
interview.
Springsteen never listened to Stern.
And Howard gave him a list of 25 songs that he might want to play.
Right.
And he said he could play whatever.
That must be nice. That must be. But you know what? Stern's earned it. I mean, he's the greatest of all time. Was the greatest of all time. What's that, Mike?
But he did. So, like, the first time I remember thinking, like, holy shit, Stern's a better interviewer than I realized. It was like 2008 or something. He interviewed Jay-Z.
Yep.
And it was really good. And I was like, oh, holy shit, I didn't know Stern could do that.
Yeah.
And then it kind of started like, oh, he's a great interview. And it's not as clear now because podcasts just do what he's doing.
Right.
Where they create a environment where you can sit down for 2 hours and just bullshit.
Sure. He has a staff too, which helps. But still, he's a good interviewer.
Well, there is something about like when he's telling a story and the artist is immediately able to start playing the song from that story.
Oh,
or
for sure.
whatever.
Yeah,
That is
yeah.
like an impactful.
That's nice. Yeah. When you have Bruce Springsteen doing that and starts playing Thunder Road in the middle of a story, that's a help.
Yeah.
I would say. Yeah.
Was there any moment in that interview that you actually were like, "Holy shit, I learned
didn't learn
something" or
a thing.
anything?
Didn't learn
not
anything,
the not the Clarence stuff or anything.
Nope. He said that before.
Yeah.
Yeah. He spoke at. Yeah. No. But I mean, but it was good. It was fine. I listened to the whole thing. It was fine.
I thought it was funny that he put the little Patty like jab in that she doesn't forget and stuff like that.
Yep. Stern certainly made many appearances, knocks about her appearance and her talent many times over the years when Springsteen's name came up. So
Did Stern do anything like the one thing I hate about his interviewing now is like I had to look for clips for Adam Sandler, and I was going through a Stern interview that he did, and like Howard was like, "Oh, I loved this song that was from this album," and I was like, "There's no way you would have bashed this."
He did
in the 90s.
He did some of that. And you could tell like, he's never. Claimed
I love
for a
this so much.
Right. He's never claimed for a second in the past to be a Springsteen fan ever. Quite the opposite. But now he's like, I love this song and Rosalita and Tougher Than the Rest, which he wouldn't even know. No way he knows that song. But he was going along with it. But
Yeah.
also, like I said before, I don't think he'll sell one album.
No,
Yeah.
not from people that wouldn't have bought it already. No.
I mean, Bruce Springsteen did 2 hours with this guy, played songs.
Why wouldn't he like do it earlier? What's the like? Why doesn't he do more stuff like that? Is there a
Bruce?
background? Yeah,
He's
Is
doing
there
more
some-
now.
Yeah.
Over the last, say, 10, 15 years, he's done more.
Is it literally with
it's good that
Howard?
he
It was
doesn't.
holding a grudge.
Yeah.
Oh,
He was Springsteen's like the last one.
Yeah.
I mean, other than Dylan, I think everybody's been on there.
I think it's good when you don't. Like it's very rare that people have mystique now.
Oh, for
Like
sure.
Leo's one of the few guys I can think of that like doesn't do a shit ton of interviews.
Yeah, he did Marin, which was stunning with Pitt.
Right.
It was brief. Yeah, he doesn't. No, I think there's something to that. Yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to think. Like Nicholson
doesn't.
famously never did them.
Right.
Ever.
And that's why Nicholson's cool. You can
Yeah.
still think of him as cool.
Correct. Whereas, like, I mean, he's not as good an actor as Nicholson, but like, if John Hamm is doing an interview, you're like, oh, okay. I mean, he does.
I've heard it. Yeah.
he does everything. So, even Cruz is like that
Yeah.
to some extent. I don't think Cruz has ever done.
But
a
I'm
podcast.
saying like now younger guys, and Leo's not even a younger guy, but guys in their 40s and 30s, there's no one like that has that mystique.
They're all on Twitter and on Instagram.
Pretty much.
and- yeah, that's true.
with very few exceptions.
That's true. Does Taylor Swift do a lot? I don't think so. Does she?
She does a lot of late night stuff. Like,
Does
she
she?
does the Jimmy
Yeah, and
Fallon.
she's on social
Oh, she's
media
done
a lot, I
SNL
think.
too, right?
Yeah.
And stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
Yeah.
She just announced a tour yesterday.
Oh, I saw she's doing 2 shows at Gillette.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
I'm very, very, very happy for Harry and his friends. They're gonna have a great time. They're going to have a
That's
great
good. That's
time.
very good of you.
Yeah, they can't. Harry, I don't even know why Dave even told me. Harry really left school early. He ran out of the school to the house and was like, "Dad, we need to get moving on this pronto."
And I assume Kate won't be there.
Oh,
No. But why would she have any interest?
No,
I know.
no,
It's
no.
a silly question.
God, no. I haven't seen Harry that excited since Lady Gaga's last tour. Honestly, he was very excited.
Has Al Michaels addressed it yet?
No, he is not.
It's like we said about Simmons. Sometimes it was something so awful. That's worse than those guys' tweets. Yeah,
Certainly, yeah.
no question.
But you ignore it, it goes away. Obviously,
Something
Al
like that, you think?
Yeah, Al Michaels is still a horrible sexist, but we've forgotten about it.
Right. I haven't. You may have. I'll never forget. The Kirk Minnion Show, I think, can be best defined, I think, by the back-to-back. Let's see if I have them here. If you don't mind, Mike, I'll look them up.
Please do.
Where did it go? Oh, here it is. Essentially back-to-back messages. One was from a guy. It was a very nice message. I don't know if you saw it, Dave, or not. He had something happened to somebody in his family. Somebody in his family took their life. And before it happened, there's a long message. And this guy said that he and this family member had kind of bonded through this show and through me and all our talk about mental health. And, there was the one thing they could really talk about. Which was great. And it was very, I wrote it back. It was very, very, very nice. It actually meant a lot. And I get stuff like that, and it's really kind. And then the next message was from Megan Making Money, who has a blue check mark. She works at Barstool.
Oh, yes, I'm familiar.
Literally the next message. Please ask Kirk why he did not return a happy birthday back to me after I wished one to him. I'd love to call in and discuss.
Well, why didn't you?
I don't even think I was aware of it.
I think that's why you pulled this horseshit 12-minute show yesterday. You were afraid that would come up.
Oh, it's true. I didn't even think of it. I mean, I don't know why I didn't. Happy birthday!
You say that now because the media's on
that's
your
the one
ass.
that's She's the one that Stu Fider wished happy birthday to. Correct.
Right.
There
Yep.
you go. So happy birthday to her.
Yep.
I'm not sure what there is to discuss.
Well, she's obviously hired.
Will she bring a
Stu
piano and a
Fiders.
guitar and do 2 hours of songs? Because I don't know what is there to discuss.
Well, you snubbed her.
Beats
Okay,
me.
all right, that's 10 seconds.
Yeah.
You were both born on Halloween. I bet there's a lot of wacky stories there.
I suppose that's true. Okay, I like where you're going with this. All right. Like what? Like what kind of wacky story?
You tell me.
I don't know. I really haven't encountered any. I'd be curious.
And man, which do you celebrate? It
Right?
must have been difficult.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I suppose.
Yeah, like did you try to turn the Halloween party into your birthday party, upsetting a lot of people?
Yeah.
Maybe
Right.
that's who knows.
That felt like a odd. Did you see that or no?
I saw that it was red, and then I figured you saw it. And
Yeah,
didn't
I was like, I'm
respond
not
for a
really
reason.
sure what to discuss. I'm happy to discuss it if she like, I suppose. I don't know her. I've never met her. I don't know who. She does a show with Rico, right?
Rico appears on her show every now and then.
Oh,
I
okay.
believe.
It's her and another girl, right? Woman.
Yes, Kelly, whatever. Yes,
Okay. Clarkson?
not Kelly Clarkson. No,
Keegs?
not Kelly Keegs either.
No, Rico wouldn't do that.
She's the sports.
Ooh,
They
how
do
about a
it-
Kelly show? Kelly Keegan, Kelly Martin? Oh, my God.
You would
Holy
listen.
shit.
What was Rico's blog yesterday? Don't wake up somebody sleeping on the couch. It was a good blog. That's something that should be an unwritten rule. Like
didn't
there's
read
this idea that you should wake somebody up and tell them to go to their bed. Why? They're sleeping comfortably on a fucking couch.
That is good.
Give him a new contract.
That's just
what I
what I'm
say.
saying.
Sign him up.
Rico
for good-
Seinfeld.
Good
Sign
blog.
him up.
Good blog by Rico. Good blog.
Why?
What's the deal? Who are these fucking people?
No caller ID. Hey. So yeah, I didn't quite know what to say to that. But if she'd like to call,
Are you going to have her on, or are you going to be a coward about it?
No, it's an open forum. If she really wants to discuss it, I deeply apologize. I suppose.
I have a feeling she might call at some point.
I should have said. Thankfully, I didn't send the message. Imagine if I confused the two messages up and been like, "Happy birthday to the other guy." Like, I really thank you so much. It means a lot to me. I'm so sorry, but I didn't though. So I don't know. What else?
Did you see? If I were them, I probably would have taken Fetterman off television interviews and things. Did you see any of those clips going on?
No, I saw the latest poll. He's ahead.
Good.
Well, let's talk about inflation because that's a big concern for voters.
I mean, hold on. I mean, don't you want him to win? Like, don't you want this guy
to keep seeing?
Well,
6
but is it-
years?
yeah, but here's where
course
you're
it
wrong.
is, but-
I was saying this about Biden earlier, where it's like, it's not fun to make fun of politicians anymore. Because, like, remember in the early 2000s when, like, Will Ferrell and David Letterman and all these people would make fun of Bush? It didn't feel like it was like, fuck him because he's a liberal. Whereas now the only people that make fun of Biden are like, he's got dementia.
Right, or Trump.
And then the other people are like, no, you're taking it out, you're wrong.
Right. Yeah, that's true.
So it's not fun to make fun of him.
I was asking Mike. It's probably a dumb question.
Well, they'll never do a Fetterman on SNL.
No, definitely not.
No chance. But they'll do.
They'll make fun of Dr. Oz.
Right. Yeah. But I mean, what they'll say is he doesn't have a. Fetterman has a legitimate medical condition. That's what they'll say.
Well, that literally, my boy Ojeda and others, I saw people like, you're making fun of a man with a disability. And I was like, you don't need to protect us that much.
I mean, okay.
I shouldn't be running for office either.
He's also running for office. Right,
Yeah.
correct. Like that's the deal. What's that, Dave?
Well, I was asking Mike, and it was probably a dumb question, but like with the Biden stuff, if they led nightly news constantly with like, is he fit to be president? He's gone. Like he would be gone very quickly. Probably.
Yeah, no, it's
they
been,
couldn't
it's like
face the
everything else.
backlash.
It's been sort of categorized in Fox and MSNBC. They all have their little.
But do you like want that as a country? Like you missed it obviously during the election. He wins, right? And do you want him booted out because the mainstream media, the NBCs of the world, ABC Nightly News, that they're not willing to give up and they're just gonna fucking pounce on him?
No, We'll see if they make up their mind. I mean, Biden's gonna run again. Like this idea, he's not gonna run. I don't know why people think that. He's been running for office for 50 years. He's the president of the United States. He did it at 78. Why? 2 years from now, he'll suddenly be like, you know what? You're right. I'm going to step aside. No chance.
But isn't Hillary out there now? Like, don't you feel like
Hillary?
she's out there for a reason? Don't you think she's talking
they're
for
not
a
gonna
reason?
nominate
You think
her.
that's just like publicity and selling books or
Yeah,
whatever?
They're not nominating her.
They're going to have to start pretty soon, though, if there's another person, right?
Yeah, soon. Yeah, I would say. I mean, you're already seeing it with the Republicans, obviously. Yeah. Let me hear Fetterman.
What do you think the biggest cause of inflation is? And should the Biden administration be doing
Who is
more?
this?
That was Don Lemon, but he was on CNN yesterday.
Right.
I just do. I think that simply is also, Leah, let's talk about the trillions in massive tax cuts to the corporate tax structure as well. True. Trillions of dollars that have added to the deficit. And now they still want to support those as well. True. I think in terms of being
That was
very
a go-to
serious.
line of his as well. True.
Yeah, it just feels cruel. Like it just, I don't know.
I think, but the way they're painting it now, though, is it's kind of smart. The way they're painting it now is almost like this is heroic.
Yes.
Like he's not
overcome
afraid.
it.
Yeah. So it's almost
But
shaming.
what does that mean?
Nothing.
You know what I mean? Like
Right.
if I played sports and you fucking let me hit a single,
Right.
does that mean I should be in the majors?
No,
you know?
of course, yeah, but yeah, and it's
But is it just a public speaking issue? Is my
well,
question.
my issue. There was a question during that debate where they asked him for a specific example of something, and he couldn't give it, and that is not. He just didn't have anything. So I don't know if he's I think he's also kind of a dummy. So I don't.
Yeah.
But I think he's going to win.
But if he was in a meeting with like his staff or whatever, would he be able to come up with that example?
I don't know. And there's, he's going to vote around party line for everything anyway. So does it really matter if he has a competent staff around him? Does it really matter?
Right.
There are 90-year-olds in the Senate. I mean, Herschel Walker is going to be a senator next week. Like, I don't even think it matters. I think the whole thing's been a joke. How many idiots have been in the Senate and Congress and president?
Right. But the polling thing with Dr. Oz is probably not that dissimilar from Trump, where it could be a lot of people that just don't want to say they're voting for
sure.
Dr. Oz.
Well, yeah, I guess. So that feels a little less. That's the thing. I mean, the polls now, you just don't trust them.
Yeah.
Because even obviously Biden won, but like he didn't win by as much as the polls said heading in. Remember, they had Biden winning by 7-8 points, and it was close. It was pretty damn close. So.
And certain networks only report the polls that they want you to see.
Right. Yeah. Both sides. Yeah. Yeah.
Is Dr. Oz saying anything crazy though? Like I know he's a Trump guy.
No,
but
I think he's actually pretty. Guys like
shit?
Jerry, like they don't really like him. He's actually a little more even centrist than closer to the center than the extreme right. Which you have to be.
He's certainly like using the Trump effect or the
but he's not
supporting.
But in a state like Pennsylvania, which is a swing state, a close, like you can't go too far that way, or you'll lose that middle. Because that's a state that's we know every year for the presidency, there's like 6 states that'll determine the election. It's one of them: Ohio, Florida, Pennsylvania. The Wisconsin has now become one of them. So it's you got to be kind of in the middle. It's like trying to run as a Republican in Massachusetts for governor. You have to be like Baker. So I don't know. What else?
What were they trying to make out of the Pelosi thing yesterday? It was that the Capitol Police had the video, like they were watching the video from D.C. of her home.
I guess.
They saw him break in and then didn't do anything or something like that.
I guess. I mean, it seems like this is a disappointment for the hardcore right. It seems like maybe this guy was just a lunatic.
Yeah.
Maybe my senses weren't quite right on this one. I don't know, but
the dark web.
But the beauty of this, though, when you're a conspiracy guy like I am in this one, you can just be like, yeah, that's what the media's going to tell you. It's perfect. You're never wrong. Like, believe that.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, you can believe that if you'd like. Sure. Sure. Yeah.
But just because he's a lunatic, does that mean he's a politically based lunatic? Like, is there evidence that shows that?
Well, it seems like he's more to the left for sure.
Well, right. But, that's what I mean. Everyone's saying, like, this is Trump's fault. Trump inspired it. But he just could be a mentally ill guy that broke into a house.
Of course. Yeah. No. Of course, everything leads back to that. Yeah. No, I have no idea.
Because there are people literally saying, like, Trump is solely responsible for this. And it's like, based on what?
It's a good question. Yeah. I don't know.
Trump appears he's set to announce really soon, it appears.
Really?
Yes.
Here?
Hopefully.
Oh, good.
I mean, I'll pass you the contact.
Be good that. No, you can handle Trump. You got a relationship
That's
with
your guy. Your grandfather in.
He's done such a good job with it so far. Keep that up.
Yeah.
What else?
Nothing too exciting. I mean, Biden had gaffes yesterday too, but those are self-explanatory.
Yeah, those are boring to me. Biden bores me. He's just a bore.
Why does he? Mike said he said that in the past though, that his son died in Iraq.
I thought so. Hasn't he said that before?
I think what he is saying is that he got that cancer from being in Iraq. I've read that.
Okay.
It's sort of like a.
Yeah.
So that's not a mistake. He's making a statement.
I actually think he's trying to make a statement. He's not saying it correctly, but like yes, I think that is the case. I think.
And then what did he say? He met the creator of insulin, who died before he was born, or something like that.
What are you gonna do?
Just has this.
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely a fabulist for sure. But yeah, I don't know. But he's gonna run again. It's gonna be Trump and Biden. Well, maybe I'm not sure yet about Trump and DeSantis. I'm not there yet. But Biden's going to run again.
It's too bad. It's not as exciting.
What, Biden?
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. But who do you want, though? It's not going to have anybody.
Someone that's really going to give it to Trump.
Yeah, who's it going to be?
I don't know.
Because Biden stunk in those situations, but he won.
Right.
Because Trump can't lose. Like, he can't leave on a loss in his mind.
No. But if he loses on 2, like now he could say it was rigged.
Right.
You going to say that a second time?
Yes, of course he will. Yes.
But that's what I mean. Then it's starting to look a little sad.
I think it looks sad now, don't you?
I don't know. I think maybe it was rigged.
You think the election was rigged?
Yeah.
Do you really or no?
I have no idea.
Yeah, I mean, come on. Who knows? Anything else?
I watched some interview with Trump's former girlfriend before Melania on Inside Edition last night. That apparently, like, she felt like she had to come forward before he announces he runs because he made some racial joke like 6 years ago, and every time he's in the news media calls him up. And she just had to confirm that yes, he made a racist joke. Like, that was the whole segment, unfortunately. But
that's important.
Yeah, crazy. Did you see Amazon is launching a daily lineup of sports talk shows like ESPN? Did you see that? And there's not one recognizable name. I guess you would like Carrie Champion, the one who does Jamel Hill things, is the biggest star.
I saw that list. Yeah,
I think that's like
there's like 20 people, and she's the only name I recognize.
She's great. Don't get me wrong. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be a huge hit. But is it all women?
Bonjour Sports Talk.
Like it's called?
Yeah, that's the first show.
Oh, good morning, Mike. It kicks things off.
No, I understood the translation. Yeah.
Like that's a good way to get things going?
Horrible name.
Madeline Burke and Ben Lyons.
Okay, that's a good show.
Hold on, is the Bonjour thing French leaning in some way?
Yes, it shows Italian and French.
They only cover the tour.
Comment allez-vous? Yeah, très bien. Go ahead.
Sports Talk Game Breakers, hosted by Etienne Levine and Drexen Clemens.
Two of my favorites.
This is a horrible idea.
This is radio.com all over again. Not even as good as radio.com. Who's on Bonjour?
Madeline Burke and Ben Lyons.
They're the morning show.
Yeah.
Kick things off with Ben Lyons and Madeline Burke.
Yep.
Bonjour,
They also
folks.
they get a replay too, so that's 4 hours for those.
Okay, yeah. Do we have a drive time afternoon show?
We have From the Desk of Master T, hosted by Tess Fantasia. Yeah, I don't know. And then the Power Hour, hosted by Stubbs.
Stubbs?
Yep.
Who's that?
Is he wildly racist? And
That's not Stubbs. No,
I'm sorry.
How dare you?
Doesn't sound like Stubbs.
That's a show?
That's the show, the Power Hour. The greatest hour of all time, parentheses, GOAT, but just with an H after the G. You know, kind of like
GHOAT.
Oh,
Yeah.
greatest hour of all
Correct.
time.
Highlighting an hour from the previous day's programming will run from 6 to 7.
Boy, that's a really
For the
bad.
previous day's programming?
That's what the
day before?
That's what the press release says, but I have to imagine they mean the current day. I would
Jesus
hope.
Christ.
I would hope.
Yesterday's was so good in sports.
No, because
Talk
what
Radio.
time is it?
6 to 7.
6, 7
I used to do that best of the day at like 6 o'clock, which I thought was actually smart.
Oh, best of the day talk wise.
Wait, it's 6. They did it at 6 p.m. I did it at 6 p.m.
Yeah.
Really?
They used to, yeah. From like 6 to 6:30, which I thought like back in like the pre-internet days was like, let's say, you know, John and Jerry, like a good fighting interview with somebody.
Yeah.
You didn't back then. You could never hear it somewhere else.
Oh, that
But you
makes
sort of
sense.
heard it during the day. Like somebody said that you might have said, "Hey," or Glenn had this, or then at 6 o'clock, they did a good job. I'll give them this of figuring out what that was and putting it on.
Right.
Yep. I mean, they should fucking do it now instead of the idiot they have on 6 o'clock now.
What are they going to read?
The worst of the day right now. They can't be paying them any. It's Amazon, I guess.
It's Amazon. That's what I thought. Like a big tech company. I thought they would splurge. I mean,
It's a
they're probably
horrendous
giving
idea.
They're probably giving stupid money to the guys who do all those trick shots to do that secondary broadcast on Thursday Night Football.
Why do these
But they won't
companies-
pay
But
for
those
this.
guys have a massive audience.
No, but why wouldn't you, like? This seems like a pretty big undertaking. Why wouldn't you invest in it
So
from a talent
is this
perspective?
just like you say to Alexa, put it on? That's it.
Yeah, Prime Video. It'll be like it's their
Oh,
own
it's on
channel.
TV too?
Yeah, Prime Video.
Who the fuck
That's
is going
their
to watch that?
That's their streaming service, yeah.
I'm serious. I'm not kidding. What's the show after Bonjour?
The Carrie
That's gonna be the
Champion
big
show.
hit.
She's the big. Yeah, she's the big one.
And she's like just like a nobody, right? Like I mean,
She's horrific. Yeah.
yeah. I mean, she's not bad. I mean, she's just like somebody, right? I mean, she's not like a she's not an opinion driven.
It's gonna be like a
person.
podcast with her and just a guest talking for an hour or whatever.
Oh my
Yeah.
god,
Yeah.
This is a horrible idea.
that show with Ben Lyons and Bonjour with Ben Lyons.
I'll watch
and
that.
Who?
Madeline Burke.
Okay, when's it start?
8 to 10 a.m. I got a start date. I imagine it's happening soon. I saw the press
Oh, we
release
gotta get ready for
yesterday.
that.
Yeah.
You know what would make that great? What would make it a great show, the one thing I think, is if neither of them speak French.
Right.
But they have to do the entire show in French.
That'd be good. Or if they have like Frenchie, like the third guy, who's like an obnoxiously fake, like, oh,
Oui, oui.
Jerry Louis, no? They should just do that. I'd listen to that. I will say, I'll give them the first day. I'll give them Curiosity, which nobody will listen to. I always remember this on the EI. This is when Kirk and Callahan was going, and we were fucking running, like we were at our peak. Mike and Mike broke up,
Right.
and Trey Wingo replaced Mike Greenberg.
Yep.
I remember their first show, I was like, Curtis, that morning, Curtis came in, whatever, and he was good at this. I was like, make sure you have sound of this because we'll make fun of it. And Jerry's like, I got to be honest with you. He's like, we should not give them the publicity on their first day. I was like, Jerry, you think anybody who listens to our fucking show is going to listen to that show and be like, oh, you know what? Yeah, I kind of, boy, that Trey Wingo is
Wingo
so
and
different.
Golick is on?
Oh, Wingo, boy, they're
AM?
oh, they're talking about the NFL. Oh my God, what an idiot. Anyway, so I'll give them the first day bump of whatever. 4% of nothing is nothing, but 4% more will listen. I want like a week from Thursday after the first show. When it's just Ben Lyons and Madeline Albright, is it?
Madeline Burke.
Madeline Burke talking about whatever, you know, Jalen Hurts' MVP chances. Will 6 people be watching on Amazon Video?
You'll never know because unless they want you to know the numbers, they'll never tell you.
You know, you can tell though on Amazon sometimes is like they do have ratings.
Reviews or something, yeah.
Yeah, reviews. Like
Yep.
like something's up like 6 reviews.
Interesting.
They can't.
But these tech companies can control all that.
They
I've always
pay.
said
They
that.
pay for a lot of that. Like they'll.
You
I know for
think
products,
Amazon's
they-
going to spend a lot of their funds, you know, step up reviews for Ben Lyons'
Probably
show?
not. Probably. Not.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to give that much marketing power. Like the Thursday Night Football, it's almost
Oh,
like it
that's
takes up so much real estate on the app that they like force you to watch it, but clearly they're not going to do that for this.
Why do these streaming services feel that are like innovating the way content is watched? Why do they feel the need to do exactly what
Well, I think
TV
this is their like first foray to make leagues, like make it appear that they're like very focused on sports so that they can keep acquiring rights for different sports leagues. I think that's the play.
Yeah.
You know, Like maybe they have to, for these shows, they might have to call the NBA to request rights.
Honestly, if that's the case, they should do what Penn National did and buy DraftKings or something like that. You know what I mean? Rather than,
I guess,
try to do whatever this is.
I don't even know. Yeah. But I love stuff like that because it's like the radio.com thing. We went over that lineup, which we can all remember was the morning show on radio.com. Mike was
the football guys. I can't remember the name
Brian
of the
Baldinger.
Yes.
Russ Tucker.
Yep.
Yeah.
We had
first
Swinging and Misses, Scallon Pals.
Yes.
And then was it Jen Sturger?
No, she was on. I think she was the missus.
Oh, okay. And then there was somebody else, right?
Yeah, I can't
remember.
remember.
Me with that idiot Mike D, that moron.
There was no.
He's gone through more secretaries than Don Draper. But he said to me, he was like, I remember that meeting. He's like, there's a chance we're going to get Channing Crowder in here as well.
Whoa!
I was like,
I don't think that ever came to fruition.
No, I mean, the dreams like that. That's what happens. You dream big and you settle for. And it was exactly as I remember doing this at Red 13, laying it out. I was like, 3 weeks in, Scalabrini, like all these other athletes. That's why I give guys like Boomer credit and Lou, and guys like this like credit. Boomer especially because he was an MVP, made a lot of money.
Yeah.
Does a morning show. Scalabrini, after 3 weeks, I knew it was just going to be like, no one's listening. Like, I'm not doing this anymore.
Yeah, he stopped doing it.
Right,
He was like, wasn't there.
And
It was
these
just pals.
and these
half the
guys
time.
who, if they treated, if it was even somebody like me, if I stopped doing it there, they'd be like, what the fuck are you doing? Get to work. If it's an athlete though, they're like, it's okay. Don't
We're
worry.
sorry, sir.
Yeah, like Brian Scalabrine was an asshole. Like, what are we doing? Anyway, I don't know. So once we don't have a first date.
It's soon, so it could be next week. Yeah, unless they like launched it quick and it could be Thursday.
They'll fuck it up.
Yeah.
It'll be great. It'll be fantastic. Good, excellent. All right.
It sounds like a horrible idea.
Oh, I saw that release yesterday. I saw maybe the Idiot Glass-Steagall tweeted that out.
Probably. I feel like a New York
breaks
Post
news.
might have done something with it. Yeah.
What's that?
I feel like the New York Post might have reported it in some way.
Yeah.
Like a blog or something.
Yeah. So he had it, and then I read it, and I was like, I thought the same thing. I was like, Amazon has more money than anybody in the world. Why wouldn't they, if they're going to take, the answer is they're not taking it seriously. Right. If they took it seriously, why wouldn't they call up whoever, I'm trying to think of somebody, we always say this. Why wouldn't they just call up Kevin Clancy or Dan Katz or me even, or Stephen A. whoever, and be like, all right, here's $40 million.
Yeah.
Build your own network on here.
Right.
Like, we're taking this seriously.
Even Stephen A. Smith, where that's like
Absolutely.
a safer
sports
choice.
Of course.
Yeah.
Mike Greenberg stinks. Even Mike Greenberg, I know his name. I mean, he stinks. It would be terrible. But somebody were like, oh, okay, well, they're taking this seriously.
It would be reported that was happening.
Or Chris Russo.
People would know it was happening rather than
or go make
other than Bonjour.
Let's say they called up. They were like, 2 years, okay, from whatever, the day after Thanksgiving this year, the day after Thanksgiving 2024, we're going to pay Chris Russo and Mike Francesa each $3 million a year to do the show. Right. Mike and the Mad Dog on Amazon every
6
single
to 7 every day.
Or 2 hours or whatever. I'd be like, oh, that's interesting. You have a morning show where you're like, we're paying whoever to do the morning show. I don't know. I mean, I would probably leave Bonjour alone though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Even like Jim Rome or Colin Cowherd or any of these guys.
Don't make those deals.
JT the Brick,
like
whoever
start with that, or like do one morning show and then go get like Rich Eisen just moved from what was it the Audience Network to Roku.
But even him, he's
Rich Eisen, Dan Patrick, one of those. There's a million options where it's like you might not be excited about it, but they have some kind of audience
for sure. Yeah, I don't understand that.
Did you see McAfee go off the other day because he can't use the NFL logo? And he has some kind of rights deal with the NFL to play their clips, but he can't use the NFL logo.
Here's my advice to McAfee. He's doing much better and making much more money than I am. I would say to him, sometimes less is more.
Yeah.
Sure.
You could say no once in a while. Like in the long run, it might be a win for you.
Yeah. He might have that mentality of like, get it while it's hot.
Sure, I get that. But I mean, I don't know. I feel like there's just a lot of Pat McAfee in my life.
Like he's another guy. Buy his fucking network. They do gambling shows, whatever. You know what I mean? Like, it's weird.
He was so pissed off about not being able to use their logo that he basically threatened, like, when the season's done, we're going to start talking about concussions.
I've heard from a couple people at Barstool that he was a giant asshole.
Really?
Yeah, I've heard that. That doesn't mean it's true.
Right.
But I have heard that. Like, he's one of these guys where he's an athlete. Like,
yeah.
I know he's a punter, but still, like, when he didn't get what he wanted, he was a big fucking baby.
Oh, interesting.
So, I don't know. He's going to talk about concussions. Well, why don't you just talk about concussions?
I'm listening to that.
The NFL settled like billions of, what are they going to
He was basically saying, we've protected you this entire time.
Well, isn't
and you won't let us
that kind of a shameful thing to say?
I would think so.
Yeah.
At least Mike admits he, which side he's on in these kind of situations.
Damn straight.
Is
Yeah.
it weird that Will Smith made a movie about concussions and doesn't even when's the last time you thought about that?
You know what's weird is that movie, to point out how irrelevant that movie is, that started the Oscars so white shit. Is like Jada
Correct.
and Will were protesting the Oscars because they weren't nominated.
Which he absolutely should not have
It's
been
not
nominated.
that good a
Terrible
movie.
No. I'll make a prediction. Will Smith will not be nominated this year for Best Actor.
You don't think so?
I'm going to say it right now.
He did something at some premiere. He talked about Chris Rock. I'm trying to think of who he said reached out to him.
Floyd Mayweather.
Yes.
I think I read.
Right. He called him every day.
Yeah, I was like, that's a weird.
Can you do better than that, stupid? Jesus.
It's like, why would you mention that?
What Will Smith should do, and he won't do it. Will Smith should go on a real show,
Right.
and talk for an hour and a half. Not Stern, because Stern's weird. I'm saying a real human being.
Rogan?
Yeah,
Or
I
you're
guess.
saying not like that?
Rogan comes off just a little, I don't know what the best word, like
I
hokey.
don't- the problem with Rogan is in a weird way. I don't think Rogan even really cares about this story. He's not going to give it.
I think he would from the Chris Rock. Actually, I think that might be a good spot because he would defend Chris Rock in that angle. I think.
That's what I mean. He should go into a hostile environment.
Yeah.
And be like, all right, here it is. And he should also bring a little bit of the hey, I cut his fucking head off.
Yeah.
I have taken a real beating for this. Nobody has ever taken a beating for anything in Hollywood.
Right. I think a guy, I could be wrong about Rogan, but a guy like that would
you're right, comedians
defend the angle of
Bill
the guy who's
Maher.
telling a fucking joke.
Bill
Bill
Maher would be
Maher,
good.
that's better.
Bill Maher would be very
That's
good.
probably
Yeah, you
better.
should do the Maher
Actually,
show.
his podcast is actually really
Getting
good.
a lot of
Yeah,
buzz.
he's a smart guy. I'm not surprised. He's a good interviewer. He's a smart guy.
Yeah.
I'm the whole we're doing drugs and I'm during this kind of
Oh,
He does
people
have to
were,
start having on people from the left and having some discussions.
no, he smells the right.
I know, to go from
But didn't he have that for years? Didn't he always have people from the left?
on his show, but the podcast, he's clearly playing to the conservative.
Yeah, he's become
base.
the Jerry loves him now.
Yeah.
Right.
Jerry wants
Kid
to
Rock
just-
on.
you know,
Kid Rock
cancel his
was
HBO subscription because of him.
Yeah, he had
Kid Rock was Aaron Rodgers was on there, and
People were mad on Halloween because he wore his down with the patriarchy T-shirt, and said he also brought his check that was given to him by the patriarchy.
Oh, really?
People were very upset about that. That's
kind of funny.
What was the Halloween story today? It was a guy wore a Hitler costume and just got fired by his employer or something like that.
Yeah, well, I mean, I say it all the time. That's the one you got to. You can't. Do it.
Hitler's. Well, I'll defend a lot of costumes, but what would make you think that wearing a Hitler costume to work?
Yeah, I don't know.
Not the best idea.
Have you ever worn a Hitler costume to work? And Bonjour Radio. Bonjour.
Bonjour.
Will they be taking calls?
It's a morning show. I have to imagine they would do that. Yeah.
Oh, that show is going to be
Everyone,
You're gonna need some
bonjour.
filler.
You're on the air.
Who, let me look these people up. Ben Lyons. Okay, who's the female host?
Madeline Burke.
Ben Lyons. Was he a Fox Sports radio guy or
That's
something?
my
What
Jeffrey Lyons kid. Actually, I think I know who he is. Madeline who? Burke.
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 This is him at a soccer game or whatever.
Do I not have her on? Uh-oh. No, it's not her. Okay. Does she have a Twitter account?
I'm not
Let's see,
seeing.
let's see my guy Benny Lyons here. I am Ben Lyons. Got 70,000 followers on Twitter. Okay.
Oh.
One day ago, embrace and appreciate every opportunity. All right. He seems like a very happy-go-lucky guy. That does not work.
That's good.
Oh, here's Madeline Burke. She had a run at WFAN, MSG.
You on Twitter?
Yes. Yeah, she's just Madeline Burke.
You want to send it to me? Let's see what kind of talent we're dealing with here.
The only way this show works is if the bonjour aspect of the title is the real angle they're going for.
I feel like it's not going to be.
They're wearing berets and smoking those long cigarettes.
I just don't. I don't think that's. I could be wrong. Here we go. Her last tweet is Bryce Harper 2-run dinger, all capital letters for dinger. So I think what we got here. Oh, this NFL trade deadline is wild. I mean, this show is done. This show is fucking dead in the water. What are they doing? Why does everybody do this?
I think the producer of this, I think Erica had him on her podcast. He's like an executive producer of Jeopardy, and he helped produce the ESPN Barstool collaboration there, the Van Show or whatever. I think he's actually like building this.
Wait, it says can't wait to tune in tomorrow. It says here. Was it on today, Dave?
A press release just said like Tuesday, and I got it yesterday, so I figured
maybe
it.
some. Okay,
yeah.
yeah.
It could be.
Should be tweeting. I think they'd be tweeting about it, right?
Yeah, it'd be probably trending on Twitter, I would assume.
Bonjour.
Yeah, it's true. I can't wait to hear it. I'm in for this. Prime Video Assembly Row TV. That's what that is. Okay. Okay. Well, yeah, we'll keep an eye on it.
Yeah. Go for it.
And just eating croissants in the morning.
Yeah, why not? All right, we'll take a few calls. I'm sure people want to weigh in. Maybe, maybe not. They don't have to. So I got my guy Whitney was not happy with the show being short yesterday.
No, that's right. He was very
And
mean.
Carabas, I see as well.
Oh, I didn't see that one.
Yeah, it's not right.
It's not.
I was right, by the way. Nobody likes his Taylor Swift album. Nobody.
That single has grown on me, though.
Nah, it stinks.
They always do.
Yeah.
You'll be tapping your toe someday, Buster.
Nope. Gotta disagree with Harry and his crew, his boys. I'm not a fan of this album.
Well, that's kind of the thing. Is this male-dominated world will bully you into liking Taylor Swift?
I suppose I'd like her to do something that would appeal to some females, but
Yeah.
she's clearly some reason why she's doing that. I don't really know why. But yeah,
Be great if
Springsteen pretending he likes that record. It was bizarre, but what are you gonna do?
If at Gillette it's just like the Proud Boys at the Taylor Swift show.
What's this? I gotta have Steve on at some point to talk about this lawsuit that I could be facing. Another
Oh, that's
lawsuit from
right.
Another quality person. So I don't know.
What's the deal with that?
Diana Natale?
Yeah,
She's
where
nuts.
does that stand?
She's insane.
But will this be a Julie DeCaro lawsuit where?
No, this is. I don't think. I'm not concerned about either one.
Right.
Yeah, I know. I would say she's as crazy as Julie and as crazy as Curta Tone. And
What triggered that? We got one call like referencing her, I think a couple of weeks ago.
She's
It's just random timing.
She's crazy. She's mad at us for talking about things that she went to jail for.
Well, probably Mailer triggered that. It came back up, right?
No, she's on like the case Reddit thing, which I'm not on.
Okay.
Just constantly fighting with like people.
I guess that's what I mean, though.
She's just. I think she's like, because I saw somebody in South Carolina got served this on Reddit. I just saw got served the same suit, like the same threatening letters or whatever.
Right.
So
the only reason I bring up Mailer is like it was dormant for a while. You know what I mean? Like she
guess.
may have now she got more attention again because it popped back up.
Maybe, yeah. Who knows? I mean, she's just nuts though. She's crazy. If she's listening, you're crazy. Please sue me. I would love to be part of that lawsuit.
What is the suit that you reported? You
Defamation.
defamed
I
her?
think. Yeah. Yes, by saying the thing that she did, that she enslaved and chained up this girl, Rena Conrad, and went to jail for it. The jury was wrong. I apologize, but she went to jail.
Right.
Her in Verville. So Verville, a guy who said he would tell me everything that happened if we got him Bruins season tickets. It's just like, Jesus.
Why didn't you do that? Unethical?
Yeah, I don't know. It's a tough line. Steve's like, should we do it? Crazy. These are expensive.
Did that come to you directly, or
On
go
the
through
phone with
Marshall?
him.
No, like the season.
Yeah.
assist.
It's always comforting. All right. They load up?
Load up.
All right, let's go. Hello.
Hello.
Good morning.
Two quick questions. First of all, of course, my dear old friend Michael, what'd you have for dinner last night?
Chicken Caesar wrap.
I don't like that. Well, how much?
If I'm trying to eat healthy, I like it.
How much dressing was there?
I don't do dressing.
Croutons?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no. I like light dressing, not a lot of no croutons for me, but I understand.
I always say dressing on the side because I don't want it to be a whole thing, but I
Sure.
never use it.
Oh, you're such a character.
Yeah.
By the way, before the second question, the world will end before I pay $8 to keep a fucking blue check mark that I don't care about having. Who cares?
Yeah, I don't get
I
that.
mean, I'm all for him trying to make money. I get that, but I will not be participating.
Question I asked is now let's say you lose that blue check mark because you don't want to be subscribed.
Mm-hmm.
Then I make an account that's Kirk Min with the L as the I
Right,
or
or a
something.
1 or something, yeah.
And I pay $20 a month. Am I now Kirk Min?
Question? Yeah, maybe. Congratulations. You can have it. If Tia Leone's off Twitter, I'm off Twitter. That's been my rule since day one. So her and Stephen King are gone.
I like the people. I saw that was trending, so I clicked on it.
Yeah.
And a lot of people were responding. Someone tweeted like, "Who the fuck is Tia Leone? Who cares?" And everyone was like, "Oh, you haven't seen this movie?" Like, all right.
Jesus. God, what's your second question?
I was just going to ask Dave if he was able to force anything down last night either.
What did I have last night? I think I was a pizza guy last night again. Yeah.
You got to go comfort food in those situations.
Pizza's my comfort food.
I've been there.
Hello.
Hey, Kirk, it's Rod Belding. How's it going?
Rod, how are you? Bad boy. Bad boy.
Absolutely. What are you going to do? I just wanted to give you an idea, or I guess a reminder of how quickly things can change. 1 year ago, you told me to call back in 1 year.
Oh, okay.
And ask this same question.
Mm-hmm.
I asked you at the time, who would you rather go to a Quantum Week live show with?
Did you actually ask that?
That would be about a year ago, yeah.
Wow.
The choices were Billboard charts guy or Little People Big World guy. So quite a bit has changed in a year.
Well, I'm okay. I'm okay with Billboard charts guy now. He's back in.
But your answer would definitely be.
All right.
I might be okay with Billboard charts guy for a night.
Okay. Well, maybe. Did you see yesterday that Billboard charts guy promoted his YouTube on the heels of the 12-minute show?
I did
see
not.
that.
No,
I
don't
thought
pay
that would
attention.
irritate you.
No, he's been muted long ago.
So I
it wasn't
figured
Little
I
People
would
Big World
tweak
last night.
Tweak the question for you.
Go ahead, Rod. Sorry.
It's okay. I was going to say just let's tweak it, and then maybe I'll call back in a year.
Great.
Who would you rather go to a blind Mike live show with?
Sir, don't put the fucking...
Would you rather go with Mike Montante or Steve Snell?
Oh, boy. That's interesting.
I would rather go with Mike Montante.
Really?
Yeah.
Down on Snell.
No, I'm not down on Snell, but that feels like I think Snell might be performative at that. It might just. I feel like he might be on too much.
You think he'd try to come up with conversation and things?
Yeah, I think Montante, although he's a loudmouth, understands that I wouldn't want to talk.
Right.
I think.
Yeah, but I don't think that would stop Montante.
He might be
I don't
drunk.
think he can stop. Like
That's
a
true.
good guy, but I think he's on.
Oh, interesting.
That's true. Yeah.
I almost get the opposite impression from Snell based on his performance last time that he would know.
Maybe you
like,
might be
I should
right.
keep my mouth
you
shut.
might be right.
or-
Yeah, it's an important but tough question. I don't know. I am
fair.
sure. I also think
Let's dive more into
when
it.
when Rod calls back next year. I bet you Montante will be around and Snell will not in the world. In
I
our
bet
universe.
Montante will be here, and you'll be like, "Oh, remember Mike did a
Yes, maybe.
podcast?"
It could be. It could be.
Or I have acrylic nails with Big Cat in Chicago.
Yeah, exactly.
He's keeping his. He's sticking around though.
Well, it seems like it. It seems like it. Hello.
Hey, Kirk, two things. First, I think Dave is so stupid that the other day he didn't realize the difference between North and South Korea. I don't think he actually knows what's going on in North Korea.
Do you know what's
Kim
going on in
Jong-un.
North Korea? What does that mean?
They're killing people. I don't know all the details, obviously, but there's not a lot of rights. There's not a lot of rights in North Korea.
That's a great way to phrase it.
He's right. He's right about that.
Yes.
Caller. There's not a lot of rights in North Korea.
Yeah, so he's just so stupid. I
Right.
just wanted to highlight that.
He knew. You got to at least give him
And
that. He knew it.
I guess. Yeah. Go ahead.
It exists.
Did you see who is the Pardon My Take guest today? The Playmaker.
Oh, thank
Michael
God.
Irvin?
Thank God. Jesus.
Yeah.
We used to do a segment on the.
I remember the one clip specifically.
I don't think we could do that anymore. Where on radio, where we used to guess what Michael Irvin was saying.
Maybe not as a regular segment, but that one clip was inscrutable. I could not figure
Incredible.
out what
It
he
was
was saying.
unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was unbelievable. I mean, but like the difference, I think this is the difference between. I think he used to be on Dale and Holly.
Yes.
Whereas like I think like Pardon My Take will have like fun with. I think would have fun with him.
Yeah.
Where Dale and Holly treated it like it was like gospel.
Right.
Dale was like, it's the highlight of my week. You know that thing.
Yeah, I mean, they're not going to grill him on, whatever.
No, but like
his criminal history or anything like that. But yeah, it'll be a funner
I think.
atmosphere.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, no, I've not heard it. Not yet heard it.
They won't ask him about the X's and O's.
Probably not. Hello.
Kirk, I can't believe I'm about to come to Dave's defense again.
Go ahead.
But you're such a fraud.
Go ahead.
So you get on his ass about, saying the word adult and not adult.
Mm-hmm.
But here you are, you say genuine. Like, that's not
I
right.
did not think that's what this was going to be about.
Do I really? A genuine? No, I don't. Do I?
I've heard you say genuine.
Really?
No, you absolutely did.
So it's funny. So I'm thinking of it as genuine in my head when I say it. Really? Oh, it's
you know what?
interesting.
You did the other day. It's the only time I've noticed it. But you did say genuine.
Interesting.
That's
Okay.
why I love you, Mike. Godspeed, guys.
Thank you very much. Thank you. That's important. Thank you very much. I will do my best to correct that in the future.
It stood out to me, though, so I don't know if you say it every time.
I think some people do say that, though, in the world. I don't think many people say adult in the world.
I've heard that, too.
Didn't we have who said it? Didn't Steve say it? Didn't you ask
Steve?
Steve?
Steve was doing that. Just
Oh, he
that,
was?
You can't ask Steve to know. That's We load up?
Load up.
Him and his wacky bits.
Yes. Hello.
Hello, Kirk. This is Academy Award winner Al Pacino.
Is it?
You heard him. Oh, no.
That was it for Al? Mr. Pacino.
He hung up.
He bailed.
Yeah,
That's smart.
That was not.
Yep.
It's not British almost.
You got to give that guy credit. He knew it was bombing.
Yeah, but he wouldn't have if I had been like, "Oh, Mr. Pacino, how are you?"
True,
He was
but
kinda- I think he was- I think
he
he was-
read the room and he
That's
said,
true.
"I'm going to get the hell out of here."
That's true. That's true. That's true. I mean, Pacino is easy to do.
Right.
Like that's not a tough. I mean, he said the British at the beginning of that.
Dunkachino.
Yes.
My favorite song ever written.
Hey, Kirk.
Hello.
Hey, Kirk. I'm currently on the second week of my honeymoon here, and
Okay.
I'm currently sitting in Positano, Italy,
Yeah.
off the Amalfi Coast. And I just wanted to give a quick endorsement and say that Mario's still ranks in one of my top 5 Italian restaurants.
Wow. So Mario's in Lexington is better than I have had this take my whole life that people are snobs. Good Italian food, whether it's $12 or $120, is the same. It's the same.
Yeah, I mean, I've
I don't
paid
know about
some, like 30 euros a plate places out here, and I'd say my Mario's chicken parm definitely ranks much higher.
I was at Mario's the other night with Harry, and we went early before trick or treating. I went there for my birthday dinner, and the place was mobbed, and I had a delicious plate of pasta. Delicious.
Oh, I think you can find very good Italian for cheap. But when I went to Spago, I got the bolognese, and I was like, "Oh, this is
Unbelievable. Here we go.
This is worth it."
Oh, was it? Yeah. Tell me more about Spago.
Well, book now because they
Jesus.
were.
Where was this?
It was in Vegas.
Oh yeah.
I believe that's a chain, though.
It is.
I think it is. a
It's
chain,
definitely
yeah.
a chain.
I believe
But
it's growing.
Pretty
as well.
nice and expensive.
How much was your bolognese?
Far too expensive.
Jesus. Are Italy guys still on?
No, you just left.
Oh, okay. They still loaded up?
Load up.
All right. Yes. How much was it?
In the 20s, which is not that bad
That's
compared
not
to
that
some
bad.
of the
That's not
other
that bad.
compared to some of the other dishes.
That's not too bad. I mean, it's yeah. Hello.
Hello, Kirk. It's Dan Snyder.
Oh wow. Hello, Dan.
I just wanted to let you know before I do it, I am selling the Washington Commanders.
Okay. 2?
It's big.
I can't really say information, but it's about to come out. I'm selling the Commanders. You'll find out, I would assume, in about a half hour.
Seems odd that you would call in and not be able to tell
I mean,
us.
why
no?
can't? How much you sell it for, Dan? I mean, that's a nice chunk of change, I would think.
I mean, about, a little over $1 billion.
I would say much more than $1 billion. Yeah, I think, right?
I would think so. Yeah. I think the Clippers went for $2 billion.
Well, congratulations. That's great news, Dan. I'm happy for you.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Yep. Have a great day, everybody.
That was it, huh?
Sometimes I feel like it might actually happen now. We have weird. Sometimes we have weird.
That was Dan Snyder.
Yeah, I don't know.
He's like, I don't know. Kirk kind of blew me off. I thought I had this big news.
Okay, we're not even paying attention during the day. You have Schefter 3 minutes ago. Commanders have announced that Tanya and Dan Snyder have hired Bank of America Securities to explore sale of their franchise. It's on Twitter.
There you go.
Okay. Even still,
This has been like the last 20 minutes has been up.
we wouldn't care enough to be like, whoa.
I don't even think we talked about the latest article. Like, was it the Washington Post or ESPN wrote a big thing
Yeah,
about
sure.
Snyder again? I don't even think we brought it up.
I mean, why wouldn't he tell us that before he told Schefter and those guys? That's kind of a dick move.
Yeah.
Maybe he didn't know Schefter had the information.
I guess. I mean, it's out there on Twitter. Maybe. I don't know.
What do they do?
He's an old man.
So does that mean they got the vote? Like, don't all the owners have to vote for that?
He has to be like 2/3, I think, or something.
Something like that. Yeah.
They can sell no matter what, but they have to approve the owner, right? Isn't that how it goes, or no?
Are you saying they have to like force him to sell? Or?
Yeah, like didn't they have to?
Oh.
They didn't strike up a vote at the NFL owners meeting like a couple weeks ago.
I don't think that's. I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know.
You'd think if it was a for sale, it would have been a while ago. I
Yeah, I
feel like
think
they're
so, right?
out of the woods on that one.
Yeah, I would think. I don't know. It's not been a great run for him, I will say.
Good
If
investment.
I'm a Commanders fan, I would be pretty happy with that news, I would think.
Terrible.
Who's like looking for a franchise right now? Actually, that guy. We bring him up randomly. The media mogul Byron Allen.
Byron Allen.
Oh, I'd be in for
Yes.
that.
Yes.
Yeah, maybe. Who knows? I don't know.
Dan, I hear you have some interns.
Right. And they always have. There'll be some celebrity part of the group, I would think, whoever it is.
Yeah.
Normally it's if Brady was retired, you say maybe Brady, but who knows?
Did you see like every athlete investing in Tiger Woods and Rory McIlroy things. They announced that this morning.
Oh, is that right?
Fenway
Yeah.
Sports Group is on that list.
I'm not surprised.
It's just a shit ton of them, yeah.
What happened that, not that we were going to do it, but did Jeff Lowe do that putting thing with Tiger? No?
No.
Did it even happen? I didn't see anything about it anywhere.
They gave me the refund. I don't know when. I think it's this. Oh, no, it was
I thought it was the
October.
end of
Right? It was last
October.
week. Yeah, I didn't see
anything
anything
on Twitter. Nothing.
Yeah.
Did you happen to see the video Jeff tweeted yesterday?
I don't know.
It's a voice that sounds exactly
Oh, the Clemmer one?
like
Yeah. I thought more at the beginning it did.
when I read it, I was expecting it not to sound that much like him, but it did.
At the beginning, I thought for sure, and then
Yeah.
kind of lost its way. I thought, but yeah, it definitely did. It definitely did. But Clemmer, hello, love to talk to him.
Hey, Kirk.
Yes.
Question.
Uh-huh.
The ad-free Amazon Prime.
Yeah, you can listen to the Kirk Minahan show, ad-free on Amazon Prime. What?
Are they going to make Dave go back and delete all your reads out? Like,
no,
won't
come
that, like,
on. It's a podcast.
cut a piece of the show out? Like what? Like
What are you talking about? What?
if you don't
Amazon
get
Prime
the
and
reads, you
Amazon
miss
Prime.
part of the show.
If you what?
If you miss the ad read, like you miss part of the show. Like you know what I mean? Like
Did you
Joe
cut them out of the
Promotion's
show?
a character
No,
on the
I
show.
don't know what you're talking about.
We didn't cut them out of the show, according to Dave.
You talking about yesterday?
No,
I know what he said. When you
if
did the
I
Amazon
listen
ad
to
read, it
on
said you can listen
Amazon
ad
Music,
free.
there's no
Right.
ads. What am I? What are you going to just take the reads out of the show?
No, certainly not. No, I think if you're able to differentiate if you're listening to it on traditional podcast form versus on Amazon, where you get to listen to the show ad-free on Amazon or Amazon Prime or Alexa. Those are all available for you right now. Or we are also going to be starting next Thursday our show, noon to 2 on Amazon Sports Talk Radio.
It's a fine
Yes.
program. I
Yes.
apologize. I
That's where I
misstepped
thought he
earlier.
was going with the call. Yeah.
Are you being serious or are you kidding around? Is there a joke I'm missing?
No, like are they going to? So there won't be any ad reads on the Amazon version.
Yes.
Correct.
But the ad reads are part of the show. They're not like you know. What I
Oh,
mean?
what
Like,
you're
I don't
saying,
know
what
if
you're
they're
saying,
back
so what you're saying is,
to get
I apologize. So you're saying because we do the live reads like during the show, if you're listening to it on Amazon,
Are those going to be taken
I think it'd be taken out, like a Milton's read or a BetterHelp. Is that what you're saying?
They
Oh,
are.
I got you, buddy.
And
Okay,
they are.
Correct.
They are.
and they will be. They'll be gone. Yeah.
Yep.
Really?
But then you usually integrate them into the show.
I think it's gonna be
so won't that
difficult.
difficult.
You're a good caller. I'm doing the 180 on you. I'm wrong. I apologize. It's a good question. I
So,
think they'll fuck it up. There's no question about that. Not my friends
Well,
at
because,
Amazon.
for example, when you tell the story about going to have dinner with Bill, and you know,
No, I
that-
understand. No,
that
I don't
becomes
need an
part of the
example. I know. I've done it I've been doing it for a long time. But yeah. No, it's a good call. Thank you. That's actually a very good call. Caller of the day.
It is difficult. Yes.
How are they going to? Do you have to do that?
Yeah.
No, you're screwed. Good luck. Just leave it in. The people. Why?
They'll never know.
It's a big deal, I think. I
That
don't
day,
know.
oh no, it was a Wendy's. I was thinking it was an ad read when we started the
I've never been-
Canorado conversation.
I've never been to Wendy's.
There was something like last week that you started the ad read. It was clean. You started doing it for 10 seconds, and then you talked for 5 minutes about like integrating them and other things. It was all.
Well, we'll talk about BetterHelp in a moment, Dave. Let's take a few more calls. BetterHelp.
I can't think of what it was, but there was one that lasted like 45 minutes.
Leave it in.
Oh, there goes the show.
Who cares? Leave it in.
That's a Blattman thing, by the way.
Oh.
Dave's.
Hi, Billy Mays here, and I've got an exciting new product for you all today.
Mm-hmm.
We have the Rockaway. That's right, folks. Listen up. It's here. It's the perfect gift if you care for your family at all. You will buy at least 2, one for your drunk mother, one for your grieving father-in-law. You can hide a key, put it outside. Anyone can find it. It's so simple. You can get into a locked-out house. Doesn't matter where you are, when you are. You can call someone else. They can come and help you find that find. You know, it's a key. Get in. Get out. Goodbye.
They can't devise something where if a man is locked out of the home, I would think that, like, you know, there's no way he'd be. No, I don't think that's
What would he have done? Say the show had started.
Does he live in Vermont?
Yes.
You had to go to Vermont?
No. He was at my house.
Oh, okay.
Left
Oh, he's
his
staying
car,
at
left
home.
his car keys in my home. Locked himself out of the home, and then yes.
There's no one else who could have bailed him out in that situation?
My wife was gone.
Okay. Can he go walk to the library and sit around and read a book?
Right.
Until I got back.
What the fuck's he doing anyway? The kids are all gone. He's not watching them.
He was here for Halloween.
Okay.
Came in Friday. That's an odd holiday to come in for.
Well, the kids were excited.
Want to get on his phone, get back on Grindr, probably.
Kirk, it's Big Ev. Let's
Interesting
go.
What was that? What?
It's Big Ev. Let's go.
Well, Ev, we're in the middle of a good joke. You don't want to get in the way. Even Dave's laughing at that. That's what I think
Listen, I
upset
just
Dave the
wanna
most.
warn
Is
you.
that brought up what happened, I think. I don't think you like that.
Nope. Not at all. Didn't matter with that. Nope.
But I mean, it's
Well,
like, did you, well, go ahead, Mike.
I liked, and I tried to joke about this, but it obviously wasn't the time for it. But the way you started the show when you were like, I don't care about your father-in-law. As a listener, if I was sitting at home listening, I would think like, did Dave's father-in-law die and Kirk doesn't give a fuck?
Right, well, that's
it was, and then it was very funny to be
I
like,
was certainly caring that situation very much as I did when Dave's your mother-in-law passed.
and then
I
it was
said-
very funny to be like, if he's locked out of his house, I don't give a shit.
Right. I mean, like I said, take as much time off as you want, right? Same, yeah. So, I mean, for that, I'm on board. But when some guy is, the man I don't think is like Junior Soprano wandering around in a bathrobe, right? Like, can he I feel like there should be somebody, I don't know.
What's the nearest hangout?
Well,
Nearest Starbucks.
to be fair, I'm trying to think, if I locked myself out, like, what would I do? Like, if I didn't have any, I don't, like, what would he do if you were...
You have to remember, this is
let's
on
say
me,
this
not
has happened
on
to me
him.
before. Let's say you were in Mississippi at the time or something, right?
Yep.
So then what does he do at that point?
He calls a locksmith.
How far are your parents?
They don't have a key.
They have a key to your house? Really?
No one gets in there.
Nope.
It's Fort Knox.
Nobody has a spare key?
Nope.
Oh, I think your parents would have one.
They do not.
Just because they have...
I'm telling you, they
Just
don't.
give your kids all the time. I would just think
Well, it's at their house. My parents like don't even come to my house. Nobody comes to my house.
Huh.
Yeah.
Is your house clean?
It would have been nice if my garage door opener thing didn't break 2 weeks ago. That would have been nice. That would have helped.
So there's no spare key anywhere?
No.
Okay.
Yep. I think I'm gonna go to the keyless entry with the code thing. That's the move I'm gonna make.
Oh, yeah, I have
That's
that.
smart.
Yeah. You should do that. Yeah. Hello.
Or just make a key for everyone in your life.
Shut up, Mike.
Just say in case it happens.
Did your father want to dress up for Halloween?
He did not.
No. Did you?
No.
Okay. Good. Hello.
Yeah, it's still Big Ev. Let's go.
Sorry, Ev.
Just wanted to warn you, Kirk.
Bye.
You hung up on him?
Yeah.
Why?
Because I just thought he said goodbye.
You said he wanted to warn us.
No, he said I want to warn
Well,
you.
great.
Oh,
It could be a
sorry,
serious warning.
Oh, Ev, call back for the
By the way, Big Ev texted me happy birthday.
Really?
That's a soldier right there. That's a teammate. Keep that in mind.
Did you? Are you saying that's the only teammate that texted you?
No. I don't know the answer to that.
I'm sure he did.
Oh, Rico did this thing, which does make me laugh when he does on Twitter as well. I like when he does this. He said, happy birthday. Sucks it's always on a Monday. I like when he does like the, you see those on Twitter? When he does like 28 years ago, Titanic was released. Like, why was this released on a Monday? And like people actually respond. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about?
I would, evidently.
Yeah, it's,
really, Rico?
Yes, yeah. That makes me laugh. It's a good Rico bit. I like that bit.
I just saw that new Avatar trailer came out.
God.
How much did that cost to make, and will they come close?
So this is the thing. Are they loaded up?
Yeah.
All right, hold on for a moment. This is the problem, okay? Like, I watched the first Avatar with my great friend Jim Russo. We saw it opening night. I fell asleep during it. It was brutal. Boring, awful. Nobody ever talks about it, but it made more money than any movie ever. Everybody mocked. People forget it now, but when it was being shot and made and reported, Titanic was going to be a huge disaster. Like a massive calamity disaster. Calamitous disaster. Yes. A genuine disaster, Mike. That's not genuine, genuine disaster. Interesting. Happened again with Avatar. Same thing. So Avatar replaced Titanic as the biggest box office hit of all time at the time. So this is happening now again. I'm doing it. I'm like, this movie's going to fucking bomb. Like, Cameron sucks. It looks so stupid. It looks so goofy.
Avatar doesn't need a sequel.
It also sucked. Like,
That's what I'm saying. That's why everyone's saying it.
But here's where I look at it. So they re-released the original a couple of weeks ago. No frills, no added scenes, no nothing. It made like $50 million in America. Just that.
Right.
So when I see that, I'm like, there's a fucking appetite for this from people that we don't even know about.
And that podcast was saying overseas it made double.
That's the other thing.
So
Avatar made it's the biggest movie of all time overseas by a ton.
Yeah.
So they don't have to release it in America for it to make a shitload of money. They will, of course, obviously. But this is going to be an enormous hit. I don't know why. I thought the first one sucked.
Yeah. You think it definitely will?
No question.
Okay.
No question.
Because I have no interest in seeing it.
Same here.
I don't know anyone that would. Really.
I couldn't tell you a thing about the first movie other than like the
I know
blue
it's
people.
Pocahontas ripoff.
Yeah, and
everyone
like
says,
Sigourney
yeah.
Weaver's in it or something. It was terrible. Not Sigourney Weaver. I mispronounced her name, Mike.
Sigourney.
Sigourney Weaver. Yes. Hello.
I put him back. Big Ev, I think.
Kirk, it's Ev again.
Hello, Ev.
Thank God.
I just wanted to warn you. I just bumped into Erica. She's been very impressed with culinary lately.
Oh, is
she
that
wants
true?
To move to the Big Apple.
I could see that. Might
She
be
loves what he's done with all the merchandise.
He's done a good job.
Fucking loves that.
Thank you, Ev. Thank you, Ev. Good to talk to you, buddy. See you in about a month, I think, or the end of this month. I think.
That'd be interesting if you could pull some strings over there and get Cullinane producing Clemmer's new podcast.
Is that announced?
Oh, I don't know. I just assumed maybe he just needs a producer.
I'm in for it. Hello.
In South Boston at Tate Bakery. Not sure if you're familiar, but one of those coffee shops that's really just for 23-year-old chicks to spend a ton of money on coffee shops.
Yeah.
But I'm sitting there with my girlfriend. I look up at the door. Before I look up at the door, I get a strong, strong whiff of gin. I look up. Who do you think's sitting there getting ready to order?
Who?
One tubby, big bags under his eyes, disgusting smelling Chris Curtis. And it just made me laugh thinking about why would Chris Curtis, of all people, be alone at a coffee shop for 23-year-old chicks? And, honestly, I have to give him props. He's trying to move up in the chain to go a little bit older this time.
That's tough. Yeah. Jeez. Well, good for Curtis.
Interesting.
Wonderful. Yeah, he's getting big again, I think.
Is that right?
I think so, yeah. Hello.
Kurt, what's going on?
Not too much, I guess.
Hey, first time caller, but I got a basketball question for you.
Sure.
I'm calling
Talk
from
hoops.
the area code of the best basketball player of all time.
Okay.
Yeah, I just wanted to get what was the breakdown on your game? I know you were talking the other day about dropping 26 on a bum ankle.
28.
I just kind of wanted to know what your game was like.
My game was this, okay? I imagine you're calling from the Hoosier State, no?
No, Wilmington, North Carolina. Michael Jeffrey.
Larry Bird
Jordan.
grew up in Wilmington, North Carolina. This is what's going on with the biography? I'm confused here.
I mean, let's be serious, Kurt. Come on.
I'll
Larry
be
Bird.
serious right now. They played 6 games against each other in the playoffs. 6 games. How many games did Jordan win of those 6 games?
I don't fucking know.
I'll tell you how many. 0. As many titles as he won when Bird and Magic were in their primes. 0.
How can that be?
He wasn't in his prime yet.
Huh?
5-game series.
He wasn't in his prime yet. I mean, give him a break. would you?
Excuses. Ugh. Anyway, my game was good outside shooter, good passer, mediocre defender. Let's put it this way. If the game was just zone offense and zone on defense, I was in business. Against the zone all day. Not a great rebounder. Like Bird, tried to use my left hand a lot. Like I was a very Bird influenced player. There's a lot of kids were around here growing up. Cerebral.
Hey, you can't go wrong.
Well, I suppose not. And Jordan was a fine player. I think Jordan. I put Jordan 6th all time on my list. 6th. Yeah, 5
That's
better.
fair. You're still probably better at culinary than fucking producing.
That's
so,
true.
I mean,
Thank you. Yeah, there are 5.
There's no
better-
evidence to prove that.
I have 5 players better than Jordan in history for sure. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yes.
Who are they?
Bird. McHale.
I was worried about this.
Stockton.
Yeah.
Dave Cowens.
Okay.
Kyle Korver.
I had a feeling it might go that way.
What do you mean? Good players?
Yeah, well, Kyle
Havlicek,
Korver is
I
not really in
guess.
my top 5.
Danny Ainge is a fine player.
Yeah.
Greg Kite. Hello.
Did you ever play in those like douchey media basketball games? that
Never.
were
To my full eternal credit, was asked and said no.
Yeah, the ones that were like
that'd be
for
great.
charity,
Yes.
right? But they were like
Bullshit.
in the middle of the
I remember
day.
EI did it once with Zarbano and Jimmy Stewart and all these people. They
At
took
the Garden,
pictures
by the way.
At the Garden.
You probably would have tore it up.
I was just like, I remember Rob Bradford telling me one time, years ago he played in one of them, and this was the first time I heard about this guy being a hardo, he said Ryan Russillo treated this like it was the 7th game of the NBA Finals. He was such a fucking hardo.
Oh, God.
Yeah, which I could totally, if you listen to him, I could totally see that.
I always wondered, like, how does that benefit the charity when you're playing at noon on a Wednesday?
I played.
With nobody.
Yeah,
in
did people go?
attendance?
No, they
it
do.
wasn't.
Yeah, then how
It
you're
wasn't-
right.
It wasn't.
I think they probably throw like $20. They pass a hat around or something. I remember I played at the alumni game at Williston in like 13 or 14, And we got fucking killed by this team. And I was like, I was like, I'm never playing basketball again unless I'm playing with my kid or something. I never played again. I was like, it's over. Not that I thought I was any good anymore, but I was like, I'm officially that guy. Because I remember we played, I was at Wilson, we played the alumni team, and I was like, these guys are so fucking old. They're probably like 32. And they must have been looking at me. I was 40. Like, what the fuck is this guy doing?
You're probably like, didn't you say you wanted to play pickup recently?
Yeah, I can't. I'm not going to.
You're probably in no man's land because you're probably good enough and athletic enough.
Yeah, let's not pump me up too much, dude.
No,
I'm not that
no. I just mean like the range in those like pickup leagues, it's either fucking horrific or it's like those people take it way too seriously. Yes,
like, I can't describe to you the first 18, 19 years of my life. Basketball dominated like 80% of my thoughts. And now I don't even think of it. Like, it never crosses my mind. Like, I see people playing. I'm like, oh, I used to play. It's like a different.
It is weird.
It's different. It has no impact on my, like, it's weird. I don't watch it on TV. I mean, I'll watch old Larry Bird stuff on YouTube or something, but
you won't watch, even if the Celtics are in the finals. You'll
watch some
not
of it.
Care.
Well, no, right? I remember I didn't come into work because Celtics were playing the Warriors. I wasn't going to be able to come. Went to a game with my buddy. I had to miss the next 3 days of work.
Sure.
But that's reasonable, thing.
Commonplace.
So what do you root for now in general? Like what
chaos. What do you mean for basketball, Celtics?
No, like what could you see like in the news that you care about that excites you? Like
other than golf, you mean?
Yeah, I guess it's really just golf.
I like the Patriots because I like the Crafts. They were always good to me, so I root for the Patriots.
Yep.
I like Belichick, but I'm not sitting there like on pins and needles. I'm trying to think something in sporting event in the last 10 years or 5 years where I was like, there must be something.
I remember you tweeted about that Chiefs-Bills game in the playoffs.
That was a great game.
That was a really good
great.
Game.
Like that's great. That's why the NFL's the best. But like, am I going to watch?
It's also on a Saturday, wasn't it? It was just a great atmosphere all around. I think.
Was it on a Sunday? No?
I thought it was a Sunday.
I thought it was a Saturday. I could be wrong.
Was it the AFC title game or no? Oh no, it wasn't. Right? I think you're right.
It was not the title game, but I thought it was a Sunday.
I don't know why I have visions that it was on a Saturday, but I could.
Either way, But like, I don't know. The Bruins played the Penguins last night. I guess it was a good game, but like, I wouldn't watch any of that. I don't have a lot.
Bruins are dominant this year, though.
We sure are. What's Bruce Cassidy doing now? Jesus.
Yeah.
Who's the coach?
Fuck, I'm forgetting his name. Montgomery. Jim Montgomery, right?
Is that right?
I think, yeah.
All right. Hello. Hey, load up.
Load up.
Hey, Kirk.
Yes.
Yeah, this is actually perfect timing after that little giggle fest that Dave just had talking basketball.
Good.
I'm assuming based off of his behavior right now, he's just skating free for another episode that he did yesterday.
Well, no, I think no.
No problem.
I mean, no. First of all, no. Secondly, so. What would you like? I'm open to this, honestly. Like, what do you think? What do you think I should do?
Everyone has their own style of managing people.
Yeah, I guess.
I work in an industry, right? You can understand. I work in an industry where it is hard to find good people to do good work right now. And Dave, I'm sorry, I like you, but your behavior is exactly what's wrong in this world today. It's the real world, man. You can't just pivot and say, oh, my dad's locked out of the house. Oh, my kids are sick. I'm going to do this. When you work in the real world, things come up. But guess what? Your priority has to be your job. You skate. And every single time you skate, you get into these little giggle fests with Kirk. And maybe that's
I think you're disappointed. I think your disappointment is more aimed at me, honestly, to be fair.
No, yeah, well, I think leadership starts at the top, right?
I agree.
I think it trickles down, but he's getting away with this behavior. And Dave, I think you do a damn good job, man. But this type of shit, it's just working in the real world and trying to hire people and find good people, and you see this behavior constantly, and it's all you millennial fucks who just get handouts left and right. It's crazy. It's crazy. And to top it off,
go ahead.
Because your show was 11 minutes yesterday, on my ride into work this morning, I had to listen to fucking an hour of Kutcher and Rich.
No, that's rough. I'm sorry. I apologize, but thank you for the call. Well, that's what I said. That's why I'm doing the show today, because I wanted to give people a show. This is past my contractual obligation. I'm giving it to you for free. This is a free show, so there you go. As it is on Amazon, by the way, if you're listening right now.
Wow.
Yeah. Would you have any response, Dave?
No, actually, I think that's fair criticism all around. Definitely.
Okay. There you go. Hello.
Hey,
there are people who that's one second, buddy. I'm sorry. There are people who hate Colin Dane. I saw that yesterday. There's real hate out there for him.
Yeah, I think that a lot of that is people that want to hate something, though.
I'm not saying it's right, but yeah, it's out there. Go ahead.
There are people that are nice to me on Twitter that have said horrible shit. And
That's
I'm
true.
sure Steve gets the same. And
That's true. That's true. Hello.
You think Dave didn't like have his mom come by and maybe just pick up his father-in-law because he's worried, like his father-in-law's out there staking puss like a truffle hog, and
that's
the mom's
interesting.
a little
Look, I mean,
That's
I'm
an
not
interesting
The
theory.
truffle hog
Father-in-law
angle, I
gonna
missed
give
that one.
They're all theories.
Yeah.
I'm not here to, I don't know the answer to that.
Right. Dave needs to cage this wild beast, you're saying.
Yes.
right, because Dave's old man's out of the house. Kathy's all saucy and loosened up. The father-in-law comes in.
Interesting.
Any thoughts on that, Dave?
No, there's not. I can't add any.
That's
okay, yeah.
You don't think that's what's going on?
It doesn't feel that way.
Okay.
Yeah.
That'd be kind of weird.
No,
Because the
no.
next logical step is he calls the Cullinans and says, "Hey, can I,
Get right.
stop by?"
Get a ride?
I mean,
Yeah.
Let's just say Big Jack wasn't walking around on Halloween night with Kathy and my father-in-law, though.
He was not.
No.
He had no interest in that. Was he handing out the candy or no?
I believe he came to the neighborhood, but then left. Yeah, I don't know.
Who gave it the candy?
Trick
Your
or
parents'
treat.
house then?
They probably just had a bucket out or whatever.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you get people or no? You said you don't, right?
I didn't put. Yeah, we just kept the lights off and didn't even put anything out.
You think the father-in-law cut a hole in one of the bags and said, "I'll reach in"?
It's possible. I guess it's possible. Who knows?
I'm sorry, Dave. I don't know why I did that.
Yeah.
Hello, Kirk.
Yes.
Felt unnecessary.
70s, early 1980s pornographic film producer, Colonel James. How are you?
I know you very well, sir.
Oh.
I look forward to watching Jeff D. Lowe perform with Eric and Aditi on your program tomorrow. Your producer Dave tells me Jeff has a great big cock. May I see it?
You called the wrong place. He's not here at the moment.
Oh yeah. I think there's photographic evidence that suggests at least it's a real strong possibility.
Mammoth.
Yeah. Yeah.
What's that, Kirk? This is the second time this week Shattuck's OD'd on you? Well, maybe you ought to get some new shit to sell him. What do you think?
You think so, Doctor?
They found something. It's a weakness. They're so cute, Kirk. It's a weakness.
Thank you, Colonel. Good to talk to you. One of the great films of all time. Hello.
I think I have an answer to the question that was just asked about how you handle the situation, but it'll also address two issues.
Mm-hmm.
If you mandate that Dave, that I move into Dave's house,
okay,
you order him to do that. It'll be like Benson and Soap combined.
Yes,
I'll kind of be the butler, but I'm going to teach Dave how to be a man.
How will you keep up on all the local Connecticut elections while you're doing that? Out of curiosity.
Well, it'll be difficult, but that's one thing that'll be streaming full time in the house. I could torture him with men's gymnastics, always being on the TV.
Right. Okay.
He's getting hot and
And then if the father-in-law gets locked out, I'm there. I can let him in.
That's true. I mean, he's right there.
That is
Dave.
interesting.
Dave's not far away.
I'm right there, Dave.
Yeah, you're nearby. I'm open to
You
it.
could have swung by and picked up the father-in-law and brought him to the underground pizza place for an hour or two.
Right.
It's true.
100%. No, Mondays, that underground place serves a prime rib sourdough. So, I'm
sounds
just
pretty
here
good,
to help,
actually.
but I just think it'll solve
Sure,
two
Dave. You
issues.
could put that out to the Minifans.
Well, do you think this all kind of goes back to Tim? Because Dave probably figured, I would reach out to Tim and Canton, but he's off in Shattuck Lane.
I think there's something to that.
Yeah.
There is something to that, I suppose. Yeah. I guess so. Yeah.
Well, I just, you can either have a key made for me, and God knows you're going to need someone to help you install that lock. There's no way you can install that lock.
I couldn't, to be honest.
Yeah, Big Jack. Yeah.
That's Big Jack's job?
Yeah.
Once he's done with the fence, yeah.
Yeah.
I can show you how to fill your car tires. We could cross swords in the bathroom.
Wow, this has take a big.
There's a lot of ideas, Eddie.
Seems tough for the kids, but okay, yeah, I guess so. All right, thank you, Tim. Well, there you go, Dave. I mean, that's a nice offer.
It is.
You don't have to do it, but at least it's an offer, as they say on Shark Tank. It's an offer.
Surprising it's taken this long for Tim and Ken to have a key to one of our homes.
Oh no, he's
I would
over
think
my
you
house
just-
3-4 days a week. Yeah, I had dinner with him last night.
Just grabbing a cup of sugar.
Yeah, just go down around. His damn leg cramps, though. He's never upstairs. It's too tough. Had to build-
Vamoose.
We built him a in-law extension so we could have to go up and down the stairs. It's okay. He's making prank calls again, Dad. Don't bother him. All right, fine. Hello.
Hey, what the fuck is up? It's Dave's father-in-law.
Hello, Dave's father-in-law. How are you?
I hear you all talking shit. What are you talking shit for? I had one, couple drinks with the the in-laws, and sometimes you get some stuff happens, you get locked out of the house.
This
You know, what am I supposed to do here? You guys are talking all sorts of shit.
Is the language you use in front of your kids, Dave?
No, I don't talk like this at all.
No, him.
I mean, I
Oh,
taught
no,
my
here we go.
granddaughter. Where the fuck do you think she gets it?
Wait a minute. Oh, okay. That's probably crossing a line even for us. Jesus Christ.
You got to.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hang up. Dave, at that point, you can hang up on it if you like.
I gotcha. Oh, good. They're gone. So
Nobody can hear that call and take it seriously, right?
No, I don't think so.
No. Okay.
It's all in good fun.
Jesus Christ. What else? Anything else?
Nah.
No, you sure? You sure?
I'm sure.
All right. Well, blindmike.net. Tell us about that.
Thank you. Yes, a lot of stuff going on. Apparently,
Quickly though, Mike, we can make sure this is evaporated on Amazon, correct? These blind mic plugs.
Do you want me to start doing that?
Oh, it's not? You keep it on?
It's on there. Yeah.
lose all those.
Well, it's part of content. It's not technically an ad. Yeah.
That's
Give me a break.
Mike's
How
not
many
paying
people-
for these
how many people
reads?
listen on
Wait a minute,
Amazon?
what?
We can create an order for this.
Free read.
I'm paying in friendship.
I can't believe this. No, please leave it on there. Let the people on the Amazon hear this.
Thank you. Yes, I'll be solo today, it seems, but we'll live stream Friday. Martin Lawrence is going to be the Why You Laughing episode tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
I changed my mind last
Oh, yeah, what was it going to be?
Ralphie May, because Ralphie May, for whatever reason, is the most requested episode.
Is that true?
Yeah. I just wasn't feeling it yet, so we'll get to that a different day.
So Martin Lawrence.
Martin
Just
Lawrence.
the whole thing?
Very interesting guy. Yeah.
Wait, what's he doing now?
I mean, Bad Boys made a shit ton
No,
of money.
I know, but just in general.
But
Like, he has
yeah.
no streaming show. He has no...
I don't know. I don't even think he's really doing stand-up anymore.
That's what I mean. Like,
yeah,
don't
so
think
I don't
he's-
know.
Huh.
No, he's not up to much.
He
He's
had
had
a-
a very interesting career.
His run as like a star, like A-list movie star was probably like 6-8 years. No, I'm not
I would
counting.
say
I'm not
longer. I
counting
didn't
for-
realize how influential the show Martin was.
Well, you know, but I mean, as a bankable like movie star, like he had like a run.
Yeah, maybe 10. I didn't. He was making like 10 to 15 million on those Big Mamas movies.
Oh my God, yeah. And I think he made I think he and Eddie Murphy each got like 12 million for
Life?
Yeah, which is not great. I think people like that though.
It was critically acclaimed.
Really?
it seemed.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I saw it in the theater. It's bizarre now that I think about it. But yeah,
Or maybe it was that it made money. I forget which. I'll have to,
yeah,
I'll have to look back at
yeah.
that.
What did he make? 3 of those Big Mamas or something like that?
Oh, Big Mamas wasn't
5 or
critically
something.
acclaimed.
No, but how many did you make? Like 3 or something?
At least I know the last one had Brandon T. Jackson in it.
Oh, really?
Which like Father Like Son, and that's where Cat Williams really started shitting on him.
Oh, yeah.
Bad Boys 4.
They're doing that?
Yeah.
Supposedly, I
Well,
watched.
I'd be surprised if that got made.
I had to watch an interview. They did an interview with Charlemagne, Will Smith, and Martin Lawrence.
Mhm.
And Will Smith goes, "We'll let the audience decide if we're going to do Bad Boys 4."
Right, sure.
meaning if it made a shit ton of money, and
Which
they
it
were
did.
probably like, I guess it did.
Because I think that was the last movie that was big before the pandemic, I think.
It was during the pandemic.
Yeah, but like I think it came out like before the pandemic went wide. Like, you know what I mean? Like I think it was
I'll
like
have to check
January.
the date. I thought it was December.
That's what I mean. The pandemic, like schools were shut down in March that following year.
Okay, for some reason I was thinking it was
January
December
17th.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Okay,
So it
all
had like because we were in, you know what I mean? It had like a 4-week head start.
Oh, okay. I was thinking it was a year late, like December of 2020. I was thinking for some reason like that was the first thing that made money.
No, I think it was January of 2020, right?
That makes more sense.
Yes.
Yeah. It was like the last barely, like, 'cause I remember the year, I think it was the biggest box office movie of the year by a lot. Because like the second, or well, maybe not because of, because once things got in the fall, it got more relaxed, right?
Yeah, but what would have made money the end of that year? Did
I-
Star Wars
I
come
think-
out?
No,
or something
I think
like
it was
that?
a Marvel or two.
Yeah.
Domestic box office for 2020. No, Bad Boys for Life was number 1. Yeah, they pushed back. Jeez. Yeah, it was the biggest. 1917 was second.
I'll be dead.
And that was the same thing. It was all next year follow-up. God, what a weird year for movies. Jesus. God. Anyway. All right, so yeah, go to blindmike.net.
Yes. And well, I'll be alone today because we'll be covering big Stuttering John news.
We have more Stuttering John news.
Oh, big Stuttering John. I may have invested in Enron before the feds broke the doors down.
Oh, yeah?
It seems right when I got on board of mocking Stuttering John, his patrons got a message yesterday that he is taking a break.
Oh, jeez.
So there's big news to be examined.
He is endlessly fascinating guy.
Exactly. Yes, he is.
Any chance you'll get him on that you can win him over?
No, I've already been blocked.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Because he feels like a guy, if you rub his belly right, maybe you could.
That's where I fucked up. Is I shouldn't have ever tweeted anything. I should have gone in as
Right.
like a double agent.
Yeah.
Tried to get him on.
Oh, it's true.
You know.
Yeah. Well, BetterHelp, which he could use, I could use, God knows, everybody can. You go to BetterHelp.com. The show is sponsored by BetterHelp, our great partners. Here's what you do. Okay, first of all, it's the world's largest therapy service. It's matched 3 million people with professionally licensed and vetted therapists available 100% online. Plus, it's affordable. Just fill out a brief questionnaire with a therapist. If things aren't clicking, you can easily switch to a new therapist anytime. Could not be simpler. No waiting rooms, no traffic, no endless searching for the right therapist. Even if you don't want to do it face-to-face like on video, you don't have to do it. It can be audio only, which I understand. I'm on the big eye contact guy, so I get that. There's sort of discomfort about that, especially if you're really getting into it, stuff that makes you uncomfortable, things maybe trauma that you had. And you want to do it in the dark even. Like, it sounds weird, but I totally get it. Sometimes things are just easier to do that way. BetterHelp is complete flexibility. Whatever makes you more comfortable, more likely to have a healthy discussion and figure things out, they'll do it for you. You can learn more and save 10% as well off your first month at betterhelp.com/Kirk10. That's BetterHelp, BetterHelp.com/Kirk10. Get moving today. The world's largest therapy service, getting bigger and bigger. Be a part of it. BetterHelp.com/Kirk10. BetterHelp.com/Kirk10 for 10% off your first month at BetterHelp.com. Anything going on during the life of the show today, Dave, that we missed or no?
I didn't see anything besides
the
that.
big Commanders
Now
news.
everywhere I'm seeing that. But
What's that? Oh, the Dane Snyder thing?
yeah,
I don't really care about that. There's a Barstool note as well. I don't know. I forget what I was going to say, but I came into that.
no update from Erica.
Nope.
Yep.
No,
Will she be on the show tomorrow?
I don't think we'll have a show. I don't know if we're going to have a show tomorrow.
Whoa.
Did 3 this week. Show tomorrow
I guess
for.
that's true.
Is that
This isn't as much of a bonus then.
Huh?
so? You're just contractual. You have to give 50 minutes. You don't have to do 3 50-minute episodes.
Yeah,
a
maybe
week.
we'll have to do another one. I don't know. We'll figure it out.
I don't think they would give you too much shit for that.
No, I'm not particularly
based
worried
on
about it. Maybe we will. It depends on what's going on. No. Pretty quiet. Now, I haven't heard any news about the trivia tickets, which Jeff said might be this week, but I guess not. Probably not. I don't know. I would hope they coordinate that with us, I would think.
I'd hope so, just to get a little heads up. We have that place ready to go. I just am waiting on.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So we'll see Mike next week. If we do another show, we'll let you know about it, and we'll talk to you then.